point, if you're feeling frisky and you want another shot, just let us know.
Just fucking ask.
Don't even ask.
All right.
Just take it.
Welcome to the ADHD podcast.
Welcome!
Woo!
Oh,
we have a guest today.
Oh, yes.
Hi, guys.
The high and
Hi.
mighty
Kolby Parman.
Oh, boy.
Dude,
Yeah, it's me.
Dude, you're on a pedestal. I think you're our second guest. The first one was Alan Guzman on Father's Day.
Which shittiest guest we've ever had.
Oh, my God.
Also the best guest
Oh
we've
my
ever
God.
had.
Because
It's our only guest we've had so far.
Best, so yeah, I mean,
He's the only one we've had so far.
tough
Jack of all
competition.
trades.
Yeah.
Tough, but let's take the traditional
Fucking
introduction shots.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Fuck. God damn.
Never gets any easier.
So,
Jinx, you'll be a kid.
God, come here.
Dude, it's always so fucking
Gay in here.
yeah. That's what I was gonna say, but
I've picked up that energy immediately when I walked in. That's okay. It makes me more comfortable, oddly enough.
now that I feel like we have another person to talk to,
Yeah.
we can ask questions.
Because, God, I'm fucking sick of you.
Pick my brain.
No, dude. Well, it's normally we just go off the rails and talk
We
about
do.
anything, whatever, with our day or just weird questions. I'll be like,
Yeah.
so
Now we have a guest to ignore what we do.
no, now we have a guest to ask those same questions,
How's your day, honey?
what's your favorite sex position? How old were you when you first jacked off?
Yeah. Well, the other thing is...
the standard question.
The other thing is
Do
we
my full
actually
profile.
asked people questions this time.
Yeah.
You put up on your Instagram, was that it?
Oh God, I seriously completely forgot.
Yeah.
Yes.
You put out... So we have those to ask.
We'll get
all
to
three
those
of
in a
us.
little bit.
We'll go maybe half... let's just fucking bullshit for a little while. We'll talk to our guests.
for sure.
We'll get some
Well,
fucking
cool,
info.
cool. Well, okay. First thing I noticed, which I wish I would have noticed before right when the podcast was happening. But do you notice anything different about our man?
It has to do with my mouth.
Oh, yeah, I noticed that.
Dude,
Genital
yeah,
warts on my lips.
No, dude. I honestly thought you had At first, I thought you had lip implants, or you were
I got
had an
injections.
yeah, or you had an allergic reaction or something because they looked like more plump.
Oh, yeah.
As I looked closer,
No, I didn't even notice that.
you didn't even notice he got braces.
Oh, the braces. I thought you were saying he actually had warts on his lips, and I
No,
felt
no.
bad. That I was like, yeah, obviously.
No. But he just got his braces today.
Today?
How
Yeah,
are you?
today?
And you're 22 years old.
Yes.
I mean, at some point you gotta suck it
Well, I
up.
know. No, I'm just saying. I'm just stating the record that that's gotta feel. Your teeth gotta feel so shitty right now. Do they hurt yet?
My whole mouth feels fucking awkward, and it's really taken away from one of my favorite things in this whole existence, and that's eating.
Dude. Oh my God.
Did you have braces?
Yes. When I was, it was 8th or 9th grade, I got them and had them for 2 or 3 years. I remember the next day I had a sleepover and all what we had to eat was honey bunches of oats, the crunchiest,
really hard shit.
the crunchiest cereal you can eat, and had brats for dinner at my friend's swimming pool party, and just things, even things that you don't think would be hard to eat with braces, all of a sudden become
It's challenging.
it feels like you're chewing on rocks.
Lean
Dude.
in a little bit closer.
Yeah,
Just wanna
it's
make sure
fucking
everyone can
tough,
pick
dude.
up.
But dude, you're gonna look I already thought you were pretty hot now, but
You're gonna be fucking...
you're gonna look like a
Yeah.
totally different person, dude.
Oh, yeah.
But that's
Yeah,
cool.
I'm always
That's good. Braces are
I'm
expensive,
impressed
too.
by the bravery of somebody to get braces as an adult.
Yeah, 'cause
I'm gonna get the shit teased out of me at work.
Yeah,
but-
because you work in a field where shit is given.
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
Cage was. Sorry, go on.
Oh, no, I was just gonna say, I deserve everything I get, so
Oh my
I'm
God.
just ready for it.
When I first met Colby, I called him a bitch out as a joke over text because he couldn't hang out or something. And he's like, "It's okay, I get called a bitch every day." At first, I thought he was being serious, and I was like,
How'd you guys meet?
I'm like, "Oh my God, high school." Or you just it was
Randomly.
So
my
random.
senior year, I believe,
Mhm.
and I remember seeing him throughout.
Was that recently?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, dude.
Well, I guess that's not recently now.
I
but,
graduated 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, but that actually blew my mind the other day. I was thinking about that.
How long ago it's been?
How long ago I've not done anything with my life?
Yeah, even before that. So it's been 23 years.
23, going strong, man.
Oh my God.
This is my only hope.
I'm trying to
achieving anything of importance.
I can't remember. Do you remember the exact moment? Because sometimes friends, like the exact moment you met and then decide to become friends. Do you remember that?
Not necessarily. I just remember, like, I was actually friends with Cage first.
Which is
I
my
had
younger
classes
brother.
with
Yeah.
Cage.
Yeah. I thought you were telling me that. I forgot we were recording a podcast that other people
Which is-
don't know us are going to listen to.
Which is my younger
I was
brother.
like, yeah, I
who's
fucking know
only
that idiot.
A year and 3 months younger
Yeah.
than me, and now owns
And
my
I
house.
did know
Owns
that,
my
that you
dad's
guys
house.
were that you were friends with Cage first, but I assumed you guys
Yeah.
were all knew each other for years.
No,
I didn't realize it was that.
it was just
I'm
like an
pretty new.
instant bond. Like,
You guys are very similar.
I just noticed, like, he would wear metal t-shirts, I wore metal t-shirts, we both had long hair. It's like, why wouldn't we be friends? So we just started, I'm assuming what we first started talking about was
Instant.
music.
Oh, yeah.
It had to have been. And then,
which is what I want to really get into because Colby's a big music head.
oh yeah, dude, fucking Kolby
A little
shreds.
bit.
Yeah, a lot of it.
We came.
What's your
almost
son's name?
Cliff. He's
Exactly. That's
named
a big
after Cliff
fucking-
Burton.
Yeah.
basis for Metallica?
Yeah, and then I have another one on the
Oh
way.
yeah, dude.
Coming in December.
That's another. Oh my god, December, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Holy shit! Do you know? Is it?
It's a boy.
It's another boy.
Little boy, yeah.
Cool,
So
dude.
Cliff's gonna have a little brother.
Dude, hell yeah.
Gonna be jealous, little fool.
Oh yeah.
But
Dude, he gets jealous when you come over to hang out and you put him on the ground. He's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
fuck off, dude.
yeah,
Give me all your love.
this is unacceptable.
No, Cliff is cool though. He's probably one of the most calmest little kids. Like even
Yeah.
when he was a baby, dude, he was
He's
almost
so
He
too.
just wanted to chill.
He was too quiet.
Yeah,
But
he's a real chill
He's
guy.
gonna be.
He's gonna be a serial killer or
Oh
something.
my god.
What was your guys' reaction when you first found out you were pregnant with him?
I was pretty stoked actually.
Yeah?
Yeah. From the get go, because I called it too before
Yeah.
Vanessa ever took the tests, and Vanessa instantly started shitting bricks. She
Yeah.
thought her parents were gonna kill her.
How old were you guys?
Oh shit. It was 2 years ago now, so I was 20.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. She was also just barely 20,
Yeah.
and
Which is
Yeah,
fucking
it's-
young.
It's
for
young,
parents.
but
not in Utah.
It's not in Utah.
Not in
And if you
Utah.
think about it, like there's
In
TV
Utah, some
shows
people
like
be-
16 and pregnant,
Yeah.
and so you're 20, like you already got like a little bit. You know?
at least we
You're
made
an
it out of
adult.
high school.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
Like when somebody that's 20 tells me they're pregnant, I don't think the same thing I do when somebody's 18.
Yeah, it's like you're still in high school or barely out. Or like
Barely out
I
of
mean,
high school.
20's young, but like you guys definitely have your shit together.
Yeah,
Like,
you
such
guys-
good parents from what I've seen. Like you're like the coolest dad ever. Like you're behind the
I
scenes, you're
appreciate
just a fucking.
Oh god, I'm
asshole.
just a horrible person.
No, dude. No, for real though. Like, and it's funny. Caden, he told me he wanted to do like a gender reveal for his another kid by jumping off my roof and doing like a stunt
Yeah.
and then revealing the gender through
Oh,
that way.
fuck.
I
But-
bought blue holly powder and everything to jump through, and like,
Did you guys already announce
But then
it?
well, yeah. So
Yeah.
Vanessa couldn't wait any longer. It was
Mm.
killing her, and with the pregnant hormones, I just wasn't gonna argue.
Yeah, you're not gonna put up with that. I get you.
But he said he still wants to jump off the roof anyway, and I'm like,
Of course.
hell yeah, dude.
Okay.
You can't commit to something like that and then chicken
Change-
out
yeah.
because
It's probably one of my favorite things, and I haven't done it for, I know for sure, more than 7 months because my injury was 7 months ago, so I haven't jumped off anything into box. No, dude, my injury was I did a high fall off my roof, and then later that same day is when my injury happened. So it has been.
Is
was
this yours?
no, it's
Mm.
yours.
This one's mine. That's
all
what I
yours.
thought.
Just-
It was in front of him.
just
Made me
over-
nervous. Like, did he grab one?
Just over 7 months since my horrible accident, and like I
Yeah.
haven't done any like huge major stunts since then, and it's kind of nerve wracking, especially like on the last podcast. We talked about how I fucking tried to triple backflip off the high dive and started throwing up blood.
I saw the footage of that. That was so
Ugh.
gnarly.
Yeah, a lot of people are like, "Go to the hospital, dude. Just go to the hospital. Like that's fucked up. That's gnarly. Cool. Go to the fucking hospital. Like you don't just throw up blood and like are cool. Like you're like."
Yeah, that's
And
a bad
Some
sign.
people commented and they're like, he just bit his mouth. Don't let him fool you. He's not actually throwing up blood or coughing up. No, dude, it was serious. And even
Yeah.
after I hit, you can hear in the video, I'm like, my lungs are totally bleeding. Like I called it. I just could tell like my shit inside was not right. And then after I was like, watch guys, I'm about to spit up blood. Hugest like loogie of just pure blood. And then in mid-sentence, as I don't think I've told you this, but in mid-sentence as I'm talking to Brandon, he hadn't started filming yet, but I threw up. Like it was almost like the animals that you see that like birds when they throw up like puked like as a defense mechanism. It's like, it was literally like that, but mid sentence, and then in the middle of my words, there's a huge fucking shot. They just shot projectile out of my mouth like a stream of just only blood.
Oh
Just
my gosh.
I'm like, oh my god. And then I think it was just bleeding on like the back of my throat, so I started gagging and then just uncontrollably puking. And then for like 3 or 4 days after that, like my body was getting worse and worse. Like I went to work Monday and like to breathe in deep, my sternum hurt, and then all the way back to my spine was hurting just to breathe. And I was like, this isn't good. I should maybe go to the hospital, but I don't have health insurance. I just barely got off my dad's health insurance.
Because he retired.
Yeah, well, he did retire from that job.
Which I'm doing finger quotes.
Yeah, I mean, he just moved out of the state. Anyway, so I'm not on health insurance right now, which is stupid for me to even be fucking around at all. Like, to be doing any, like, shenanigans that I could possibly get injured. I never thought of that before growing up. You don't ever think about that.
You
You're like,
don't.
oh,
It's an afterthought.
Well, when you're younger, I'm fucking invincible.
Yeah, and you usually don't get hurt, but, like, once you start to get older, I'm only 23, but, like, things start to fucking stack up, especially when you don't take care of yourself and you're drinking and smoking.
Well, I also think because you had such a fucking crazy accident back in December that it's like
bad right now. Like it's mostly when I touch it, it feels like a bruise.
An insane injury. And we've talked about it before in the podcast, but like, yeah, you stabbed one of your lungs with some glass. There was a lot of internal bleeding.
The internal bleeding is what actually fucking like the glass in the lung, yeah. But it wasn't like in your lung. I guess there's like a sac surrounding your lung, and it like punctured that. Which
good old lung sac.
Which ultimately makes your lung, not be able to work, like deflate or like because you don't have that pressure, because you need that pressure behind it. And so that's what I think got punctured. And then there's just glass everywhere. It's like breaking glass in like a carpet. Like it's impossible to get it all out. And then there was a piece of glass like on my heart that they said they took off. Which is insane, because I could have fucking totally Steve Irwin.
It's crazy. But what I was saying before was that, like, that's such a crazy fucking injury. I mean, it's been however long, but you're not done healing from that.
Yeah, 7 months.
Your body hasn't recovered fully.
Yeah, like, it's, like, if you ever gotten major surgery and your skin feels numb where they cut you open?
Yeah. So,
like, they cut me, like, you can see the scar.
Yeah.
Where does it end?
Well, you have the little one, then the bigger one.
The big one ends right here. The numbness goes all the way to here.
That's insane.
Like,
I've never had surgery before.
Around my pec into the center of my chest, and it's like on the back of my ribs. But, which is segue for me to ask you, what's like the gnarliest stunt that you've done, or like the craziest thing you've done with me or without me?
Yeah.
But I know once you start hanging out with me, I pressured you into doing some dumbass shit.
Definitely. I think that's just kind of... It's like a rite of passage for anybody who starts hanging out with Khyler.
I have never done a stunt.
You either get peer pressured in, you either fall into the peer pressure and I make you do something, even though like I'm not putting a gun to your fucking head.
No.
Yeah.
I've never made you do anything, Caden, because I just know you won't do it. Like
fuck you. I'm not gonna.
You just won't do it. You just won't do it. But it's like if like a friend that I kind of see is kind of like, that looks kind of cool, fun, and I'm like, okay, yeah, let's do this. This will be sick. But
yeah, the thing is, I don't succumb to peer pressure ever.
I know. So that's why I have to like make it seem like it's your idea.
Pressure.
Like the other day when I had my stinky hat, I was like,
hear the dog.
I was like, my hat's so stinky, you want to smell it? And like I gave it to you, and you're like, yeah, come here. I didn't say smell my hat. Yeah. I asked you if you wanted to smell my stinky hat, and you were all for it. Maybe because you were interested.
Yeah.
But like,
if it's something I don't want to, what was it? Who was I with?
We totally are going off the rails with the question I just asked him.
Yeah. I don't remember where I was going with this.
This is how it goes. This is how it goes all the time. But like,
okay, so the craziest cunt Stolby's.
The craziest cunt.
Well, let me tell you a story.
I got this one crazy cunt. But like, it can be the craziest, most fun, most like fearful you had before and then after, or just like memorable and like all of the above, like stunts. Right. Like, and I know you've done quite like a handful of them from what was it, like around 2014, 2015?
Yeah, around there. I still think the coolest one was when you lit me on fire and drugged me behind your car.
Yeah, dude.
I loved that one.
I don't remember.
I was all about that.
Dude. And I think the reason why you did it was because I was like, yeah, I'm moving to California.
Yeah.
And then he's like, okay, I'll light myself on fire because you're moving to California.
And this motherfucker's still here.
It's like 7 months later and I'm
still waiting for him to move.
I know.
Get the fuck out. There was an agreement here.
No, it's still cool though. You still end up doing like a really cool stunt. And what ended up happening was, so we lit him on fire and he was in this little wheelbarrow sled. but then ended up like falling out of it right when we went. So he's just standing in the middle of the street, and like my neighbors are all watching and filming, and he's just on fire, like not being dragged by the sled. He's like, fuck. So we had to redo it.
Have I never seen that footage?
It was in the Christmas special edit that I made.
watched that. So I guess I've seen it and probably just forgot about it, I guess.
And then he did it again, and he's wearing one of my leather jackets. And it ends up melting the shit out of the fucking leather jacket. And like, pretty sure like your flannel or like your t-shirt or hoodie underneath was like singeing. And like, I'm surprised it didn't light your hair on fire.
It was so close.
Wasn't it burning you?
It was the final layer before it got to my hair. Where it was...
Oh, God.
Oh, and by the way, like for those who don't know, Kolby has long, luscious locks. So if those...
It's my prized possession.
If those would have got burnt, that would have... Oh,
Would have been
dude, you
tragic.
would have had to get a divorce.
He's
Well, I
got
guess you're
some
not
fucking
married yet. but-
glorious curls.
Vanessa would have left me.
She would have
I'd
taken
be
the
paying child support right now.
All because your hair got burnt. Holy shit.
But, and then I think the one that probably looked the gnarliest was
think I know.
that take a seat that I did when I jumped off this. It was like a 20-foot RV, and basically I landed on a plastic chair, just total ass. My feet didn't catch me or anything. And anyway, I landed on some stuff, like a wood board, and it was being held up by a tire, and the tire came down and just landed right on my face.
That was the best part, was like, so you landed, you ate shit, and like, I knew you were fine. Like, I was like, okay. But then like, it was all in like the blink of an eye. And then when we went back and watched the footage, this like, what did you say, 30-pound tire, or like give or take, like,
yeah, it was pretty heavy.
Like,
it was old. It
like
was
an old tire, like an old tire with like the rim and like the wheel and everything. It wasn't just like the rubber. We were using it because it's such a ghetto stack to hold this piece of plywood up that he was jumping through. And when he jumped through it, the tire came down and hit him in the face. And just like, that was like a double whammy, because you scratched the fuck out of your back from that broken plastic. And then all of a sudden a fucking... I want to say 30 to 40 pound tire comes and hits you in the forehead, and you get right back up and you're like, yeah, just smiling. And like, I love that with stunts, when somebody gets absolutely wrecked and then you get up and you're just happy.
I'm glad that happened to me.
Yeah, like, and then I think it was like later that day, we're like, oh, he's like, my back kind of hurts to look at it, and they're like, oh my God, you're so scratched and hurt. Like, you didn't even say anything before that. It was like hours later into the day. Was that the day that I got hit? No, that wasn't that day when I got hit by the car in your grandma's backyard.
No, that was a different time.
That was for Halloween.
Dude, what's the worst somebody other than yourself has gotten injured doing a stunt?
That's a great question. Okay, I already know. Like amongst my friends, like
somebody you've gotten to do a stunt with you within like the crew.
Okay, and me being there personally.
Yeah.
So the one that comes to mind is last year. My friend Tim had got severely burnt, and it happened 20 minutes after I had broken a beer bottle over my face and had to get 6 stitches on my eyebrow. So I broke a bottle over my face. I got rushed to the hospital. 20 minutes later, on our way to the hospital, which is like about 45 minutes away from where we were at, we get a call. Tim just fucking got super burnt. He's on his way to the hospital right now. So I want to say that's in the same thing, because we were hanging out together.
Doing stunts. You had to leave to go to the hospital.
And then he had to leave right after, pretty much. And he got so fucking hurt. He said his medical bills were like $500,000.
Holy fuck.
Well, he was in the hospital for a month. And he had to be put into a medically induced coma. I swear to God.
Oh my God.
And what happened was he burnt his esophagus. And when you burn your esophagus...
So did he like suck in the flames?
Yep.
Fuck.
The fact that you knew, like, because I said burnt. But okay, so he got a fireball. So we're doing this thing called a stunt hunt, where you do like a list of stunts and they're worth certain points. And one of them was take a fireball to the back of the head. Easy. I've seen people do it. He's done it himself. But they're like, no, we'll take the fireball to the face. Which I've heard of people doing that. It's very sketchy. You got to make sure your eyes and like mouth are closed. Don't breathe it in, and make sure you have a way to put yourself out if you happen to get caught on fire. They didn't have any way to put themselves out of fire. Like no bucket, no wet towel, no hose.
Yeah.
And
mistake. Deciding to do this.
The first mistake. Okay, we're already okay. Well, you can't even say that because we're already idiots. So like you can't even put that out there. We're already fucking dumbasses. So deciding to do it is normal.
But the actual first mistake is not having a plan.
Not having a plan to put yourself out, but also shouldn't have done it to your face. You're right. Back of the head is way safer. This is all your important stuff right in the front.
Yeah.
what
I
ended
mean,
up
in
happening
your
was...
eyes, that would fucking freak me out. That like,
well, he was wearing
even if you're,
I think he was wearing
okay,
goggles.
well then that, okay.
And I remember telling the guy who was blowing the fireball, I'm like, right before this all went down, like literally 30 minutes before, I'm like, use this stuff to blow the fire. Use this stuff if you want to light anybody on fire. Like, see that stuff right behind you, that charcoal lighter fluid?
Yeah.
I pointed, who had that exact same stuff. This is what you use to light people on fire. And then I pointed at the lamp oil that he was holding. This is what you use to blow fire. Difference. He used fucking lighter fluid to blow fire.
A flame way longer.
Which will fucking catch somebody on fire once you blow it onto them. And could have even caught the person blowing the fire caught their face. So he was using lighter fluid to blow fire, and they tried it 3 different times because they were all like, it was too far away. The flames were like a foot away from Tim, so it didn't look cool. It was like, oh, that wasn't touching your face, It was a foot away. It didn't look cool, and they were spraying Axe body spray in this kid's beard. Kept spraying this kid's beard in his beard.
Tim.
He had a big old beard, spraying Axe body spray in his beard.
Fucking dummies.
They tried it 2 times, and were like trying to do the fireball, wasn't catching, and so
meanwhile, no fucking plan to get his beard like extinguished.
No plan.
After it caught on fire, because obviously it's gonna catch on fire with that much fucking Axe body spray.
So, and then this is what ended up happening. You know what he's wearing too? The dumbest thing. He's wearing an all the way buttoned up flannel T-shirt.
Oh my fucking god!
And so what happened was those first 2 tries of blowing the fireball, the lighter fluid is spraying out of the guy's mouth and drips are coming onto the front of his T-shirt.
Dude.
The third one, they get closer, goes through his face, lights his beard on fire, also lights his whole fucking flannel T-shirt on fire, the front of it. And he starts to freak out, and he's trying to get it off. He can't take his button up. He's just burning. His face is burning, and he's obviously screaming, breathing this all in. And eventually, they're like, take your shirt off, take your shirt off. And I think his beard went out fairly quick. Like, he was able to put...
just pat it off. And...
But his shirt was not. It was coming up all over his face, and his palms also got really burnt trying to take his shirt off.
God.
Eventually, the lighter fluid got on his fucking hands. Yeah. That shit does not extinguish quickly.
Yeah, well, also him just trying to take his shirt off, and it was like on his shirt. And so... Eventually, the guy who's blowing the fireball, Tom, had to come and rip his fucking flannel off for him. And he went on the ground. You could see skin melting off his nose and his cheeks, his lips, his palms, his ears. Like, they're just fucking falling off his face, dude.
My fuck.
Rushed his ass to the hospital. Barely made it out alive, seriously, like, because his whole esophagus was burnt. Yeah. So he had to be in a medically induced coma with a tube down his throat for like weeks.
Fuck.
So that's what I'm saying. That's the worst stuff, but I wasn't there for that.
This is really insensitive. How does he look now?
The scars and everything, I think, have healed fine. I think his throat was like the longest to heal, was still like fucking with him. Yeah. But that was last September. Okay. So I think he's doing okay now. I mean, he wasn't the prettiest to begin with. And sorry, Tim, if you were... Tim would be the person to actually care to listen to these podcasts. He's such a sweetheart and listens and shows love for everything anybody does because he's a diehard stunt fanatic. Yeah. So we love you, Tim.
Well, all the fucking love to Tim.
But like, as far as friends go, I've seen close friends in Utah. I've seen people get murked here and there. Never have I seen somebody have to go to the hospital.
Yeah, nothing serious.
Like, it's just like, oh, you get super hurt and they get right back up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Well, let's go to these questions from Instagram.
Okay. Yeah. Like I noticed a couple of them already. Like I said,
you saw.
I accidentally because I was just.
Can you see how many how many people have sent you?
It doesn't. Okay. So
whatever. We'll just go through.
Let me look. Sorry. View responses.
Very nice.
Okay.
Yeah, let's answer some fucking preguntas.
Oh wait, I don't even know if we've gotten that many questions.
Well, I mean, even if we have fucking 2, we'll fucking answer them.
We didn't get enough. Fuck you guys.
No, I totally thought more people.
Podcast canceled. You
it says
fucking suck,
dude. Yeah, last time I did this, I've got like at least fucking 30 questions, but now I only have 4 questions, and one of them's fucking from you. I'm gonna drop names too. So the first one is, you should do the helmet fart. The fart helmet. That is so dumb.
It's not even a fucking question.
Okay.
Fuck that person.
Oh my god, that's so dumb. Okay, by Miss Munster 95. Which, should I drop names or just leave their Instagram? This is by
Instagram. Unless you know them, I feel like
I know,
just do
like,
the. If
I
you
know all these
them,
people.
Well, then yeah, I don't think they fucking care.
From Gabby. She's like, what was the first stunt video you recall being inspired by?
Well, that's not even fucking for me. Fuck you,
I'm
Gabby.
sorry. I know. I even
This
said,
is my podcast too,
dude.
How dare you?
I was hoping. Oh my god.
Just kidding.
We don't even have that many good. I was so excited to read these
Yeah.
questions and we didn't get shit.
Well, it's because yeah,
Man, people don't
whatever.
care.
We'll do this every fucking
Yeah,
time.
and hopefully we'll get more.
Well, once I think
Well,
it's out and
so-
people are listening to it and understand what like this podcast is, I think they'd be more willing to just ask us.
Yeah, because
Questions.
before I was like,
Again,
we're-
I think
we're
a lot of
filming
this
a
is going
podcast.
to your followers, so
Right.
it's like gonna be questions about stunts because that's like
Right.
your fucking lane.
Well, anyway, from Gabby, what was the first stunt video you recall being inspired by?
Well, I've never been in a stunt video, Gabby.
I want to say it was
Just kidding. My first was a treadmill video.
that you were.
I was in the back of the corner. You had the treadmill in that spare room that I think Chase is in now.
Oh yeah.
And
I
like
love video
they were all jumping on it, and I was like, kind of in
dude.
front of the door, and I was just in the
You're
corner,
just awkwardly
standing
like
there.
watching,
Yeah.
not filming, not participating, just
Yeah.
kind of like watching.
I'm
us.
in an old ass random,
Dude, that was like
Blockheads
20.
video.
I want to say that was 2011. dude.
probably.
If it
Yeah.
wasn't 2011, very early 2012.
Baby
like,
blockheads.
forever
Yeah.
ago, and we were just getting murked on
Yeah,
this
I've been
treadmill.
standing
But,
awkwardly in corners since
Yeah.
2011. Suck my dick.
but she was asking what stunt video that I recall being inspired by.
Oh, that's a good question.
Well, I remember what even like started me to want to film in general was probably the Ryan Dunn tribute video, like the full length Ryan after Ryan Dunn died.
Yeah.
MTV made like a tribute to him, and then that started getting me into CKY. So I started watching all the CKY videos, and then that made me like, okay, where's your nearest shopping cart, baby? And like started jumping into trees and doing shopping cart slams, and so like those were the first videos
Nice.
that really inspired me. And then it moved on to like Nub TV in like early like 2012. I saw those guys, and like when I saw my friend Amazing Hob doing high falls, I just knew I had like that's what I wanted to do. Like, you know, light myself on fire, jump off high stuff into boxes, like kind of Hollywood style type shit.
Yeah.
All right, let's read the one from you, cunt.
Well, I didn't want you to. I didn't know. I wanted you to read it before you
Oh,
realized
sorry.
it was me.
Okay, well it says.
But
your
obviously
name.
it's gonna say.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it says.
yeah.
If you had to kiss one person from the podcast besides yourself, who would you kiss?
Kyler, you do have a guest on the podcast. This
I
time.
know. When I wrote that question, I didn't know Kolby was gonna be on it yet. So now it's fucking expanded by 50% your options.
Oh shit! I've never kissed a man with braces before, so it'd be you.
I thought I would for sure get this.
Okay, from fucking Blazer. I think this goes for any of us.
Any of us, yeah.
Would you fuck a robot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah, especially
Okay.
if it's designed to be good at sex.
Which they are coming out now.
So when I pictured that,
That's a
I literally
fucking thing.
picture like sci-fi metal robot, and then I'm
Yeah.
just fucking it in its tailpipe. Like I don't
Yeah,
picture like
exhaust pipe.
I
At
don't-
least it's warm.
Yeah, I don't picture fucking like an actual like sex doll when you say robot, like a robot.
But a sex doll is a robot.
I'd fuck Bender.
Oh yeah, well that's a
Yeah.
given. My shiny metal ass. And then the last question is from,
Well, I feel like we.
from
yeah,
my,
just say.
my girlfriend.
Oh,
How did you get so fucking cute? And I was like, that's the one that I did see earlier. I was
Okay.
like,
Okay, so how
My
I
heart-
got so fucking cute
Well-
is that my mom shat me out of her vagina, and ever since then I've just been cute, man. I don't know. I feel like that was aimed specifically at you, and I shouldn't be answering to that question, but I'm gonna.
oh, I thought you were like talking as
No,
me.
that's my
Oh,
answer.
I thought you were being my voice for a second. I was like, oh, thank you for speaking for me.
No, that's me because I'm part of this podcast.
I even asked people like ask us anything.
Well, maybe we should have posted a picture of me as well.
I know. I just thought I wanted to find like a funny picture because that Pendleton bottle full of piss.
Piss, yeah, that was a good picture for that.
Well, thank you, Shan. How did I get so fucking cute, dude? Shut up. I don't even know. It's beyond me. I don't know. Probably because my dad's a sweat heart.
My heart,
dude,
nice.
I guess like back in the day, my dad was getting all the ladies. So
Yeah.
my dad, I'm not even like
You know
talking,
Tom Segura?
Yeah, obviously. Was he
I
a
follow
good-looking
him
guy?
on Instagram, and he just posted a picture of him when he was in high school. Holy fuck, was he a smoke show? I'll fucking show you the
Show
picture,
me.
dude. Yeah, he was...
No, like, my dad was really good looking. I feel like my younger brother's really good looking, Cage. I just never thought that I, like, had the looks. But then when people are like...
Fucking somebody's looking for goddamn...
No, but then I was...
yeah.
But then I was listen, but then I was going to say, everyone says I look like my dad, though. So then it's like...
I definitely think you
Okay,
So it's like, all right, like... I think my dad's like a pretty like normal, like good looking guy. Like that's weird to say about your dad, but he's
I'm
not.
just kidding.
Like,
I'm looking at this picture now, and it's... Yeah, I take back my smoke show. But he's not a bad-looking guy.
No.
dude, you know who?
He definitely looks a way different.
He's fuckable.
Oh, I did see that
He's
picture
definitely
earlier.
fuckable.
I didn't even realize.
He
that was
definitely
him.
looks like he's gonna, like, ask you for Coke, and then when you don't have Coke, he's gonna say his dad's a fucking lawyer.
Oh my god.
That's the vibe I'm getting.
You know who wasn't too bad looking when they were younger? Alex Jones.
Really?
Alex Jones.
You ever heard the conspiracy that Alex Jones is Bill Hicks?
Yeah. I'm gonna have a smoke. One of your smokos.
Are we gonna take this shot? Did you pour? Oh, I thought you poured him one.
Well, if he wants one. Oh.
Yeah, he's more than welcome. You're
Well-
a guest in this household. It's up to you.
Listen up. I do have to drive after this, but
Yeah.
one more won't hurt.
Hell yeah.
Well, one more fucking hat.
Either you can pour your own shot if you want. I don't know how much you want in the shot. You want a full blown one or a half a shot?
Ringo.
I know.
my accent's way
my
worse.
fucking like my British accent always goes towards like
Ringo.
Oh, Ringo.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
I don't know.
What do you want to do?
Let's not start that again.
Let's not start that again. All right.
Oh,
Shit. I feel so hot and sweaty, like we're in
Dude, I'm
fucking,
so
like, the
fucking
fucking
hot.
jungles of Vietnam,
Oh
dude.
my god.
Good
Ridiculous.
analogy.
Cheers.
Get the hell
Good morning, Vietnam.
Sipping on Grandpa's cough medicine. Doing a little boozing, are ya? Dude, I hate this podcast because we have such ADHD. We're constantly trying to talk quicker and faster and over
Yeah.
each other and like
Yeah.
just trying to bust down as quick as possible. 3 hours later, blah, 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 fucking-
Yeah.
Sound like there's a
We
fucking
definitely
auction
cannot
going
go.
on.
I know, dude.
We definitely can't go for 3 hours. Something I've noticed editing these is that the hour-long podcasts, when I'm doing like fucking with the like effects, it's like 3 minutes. When we have a 3-hour one, it's like 27 minutes each time I have to do it. It takes me like
That's
3 hours.
That's not
to get
too
through
bad
it.
though, because like I know it's just audio and like that is time
But it's
out of
like-
your day. But it's like a huge difference.
There's 5 different things I have to do the podcast, so that's 5 different things that are taking a half an
Like-
hour to finish.
and like video editing. I think we've talked
Oh my
about this,
God.
but like forever. But if it's like me and my friends, and if it's something I want to release and I'm motivated to edit, that's the biggest thing is motivation. Just get onto my desktop, which is I'm glad I edit on a desktop, not a laptop, because I feel like I would just never leave my bed.
Yeah.
Like I would just like make me get up and like feel like I'm actually doing something. Sit at my little fucking computer desk, like my little office in the corner of my room. But like sometimes hours will go by, like fucking 3 to 5 hours of me editing like a vlog or just like
The thing is, it's not I'm not like sitting here fucking with shit. It's literally me clicking effect, me clicking one thing, and then it's like, okay, now I have to wait 45 minutes.
right. Well,
And then I go off, fuck off, do something else, and then I, like, that's all I get done that day
Dude,
is
well,
doing one
can
effect
you imagine
on it.
trying to sit down and edit something when you have
No, that
ADHD?
sounds...
With
yeah.
ADHD, dude, like, and then I like try to like I'll be on my phone for a minute. I'll be editing something, and I'll be looking at my phone, and I'll literally catch myself, and I'll like toss it onto my bed. No joke. I'll just throw my phone on my bed. Like I can't have this right here, or else I'll be distracted.
At least you have the restraint to do
And I'll
that.
just like get out of here. And then sometimes I'll try to like listen to a podcast or music while I'm editing, but then I have to shut it off immediately because it distracts from me
dude.
like editing, and like you have to obviously hear the audio from the video.
Dude, honestly, that's something I've noticed with my job, is because, like, I'm allowed to listen to things or, like, have, like, YouTube up at my job. I'm sitting at my fucking shitty cubicle bullshit wanting to kill myself. And I've noticed,
Jesus.
I literally pick up my phone so often to just change shit. Like, I'll be like, yeah, I want to listen to a song, and then I'll listen to, like, one song, and I'll be like, oh, fucking Bill Burr's podcast is out today, and then I'll just fucking go click Bill Burr's podcast, and then I'll talk about a fucking band. I'll be like, Well, we'll put it in that
Then
band.
you'll put it
And
in
I'll
that band.
literally spend like half of my dates changing to something else on my
What
phone.
is your job? Like, just to fucking be on your
Yeah,
phone?
that's all they fucking pay me to do.
Well,
No, I have to scan documents, so I have a lot of downtime while I'm doing it. But I'm literally just like, I can't, like, I have such a hard time listening to a full thing, either a podcast or like a music album or like a YouTube video before like my dumb ADHD brain's like, well, what about this thing?
that's the one thing I don't have ADHD for is I can listen to a whole album. I actually prefer to put on front to back albums.
Same here.
Like, especially because I work construction.
See, I can exactly when I'm doing something where I'm moving a lot.
Mhm.
When I'm doing yard work
almost
or working
like,
on a project.
like mindless behavior, almost
Yeah.
just like you're going through the motions almost.
My work is so boring that I don't have to think when I fucking do it. It takes no thought process to do my job whatsoever. That I'm
that's good,
filling
though.
my fucking brain with shit for my phone.
That's good, but you're also not moving, so I feel like if I had that job, like, I'd be looking at the clock every 2 seconds, but like
Would go batshit crazy.
Which is
I
why
couldn't-
I'm
I
looking
couldn't-
for constant stimulation.
right,
for
10
my
minutes,
phone.
like an hour, but like 10 minutes would feel like forever.
Yeah.
You're like, is the clock broken, dude? Yeah, that's why I stopped wearing watches.
The other thing is I don't like my job, so I'm trying to find something
I
to
don't
like.
quite enjoy construction either, Caden.
But it's like you're being
Construction
proactive.
sucks ass.
But like for me, sometimes when I'm feeling down, I'm like, this job sucks. Like, who gives a shit about installing windows? And I'm like thinking, at the very least, I'm getting paid to like have a little workout, get some fucking sun on my skin. Like, I'm getting paid to go out and then I'm also helping people like make their houses become complete. So it's not completely useless, but it's also not like I'm driving around. You guys see that house right there? I did those windows, baby. Let's go see how they're going. We
Well,
go
the
knock
thing
on,
with
go
that
knock on
is
the
that,
window.
like,
Oh my god.
There's like a beginning and an end to your thing.
Oh yeah, like
There's like okay, I need to do this step 1, then step 2, then step 3, and then
True.
this is done, and then that's done.
and then the house is
See,
done.
I work a lot better when there is like, okay, I need to do this, and then I have to do this, and then it's done. Versus my job where it's literally like
Just
papers go in the
endless.
thing, it scans, paper, like there's no beginning and end to my job. My job's constant.
Oh my god! Like what is it called? Not a conveyor belt job. What is it? What is that called? Like what? Assembly line job, dude. Oh my god, Suicide City, dude. I
Yeah.
could not.
There's not an accomplishment feeling to my job.
No.
Which is, I think, something
can't
that
see
my ADHD brain
It
likes.
needs it.
It likes being able to be like, okay, I can break this task down into a couple of things. When I'm working on something, like fixing something around the house, my brain goes to, okay, these are the steps I need to do. I know these steps. And it feels like I'm changing it up. Rather with my job, I'm doing the exact same fucking thing over and over again.
For me, with like
And my brain just can't handle
cleaning
that.
the house or cleaning my room, I should say. I'm so bad. Sorry, Cage, but I do not contribute to cleaning the house whatsoever. Like hardly ever. But when it comes to like, okay, I need to like fix up my room or do some editing. You know what helps for me? The two things: sip on some beers and listen to some music or a podcast.
Do you know what helps me with my ADHD a shit ton, actually?
I don't know why beer helps, but it just does.
Weed.
I wish it helped for
Weed-
me, dude. My mind goes insane.
No, weed has the opposite effect that it does for most people. When most people smoke weed, they're like, just want to be lazy, eat food, like chill on the couch, watch a fucking movie or whatever. I'm the exact opposite. Like, if I smoke weed, I have to do something.
If I smoke
productive.
weed, I don't want to do anything. Yeah,
No.
I was going to ask you, how are you when you get high?
Yeah, so I'm exactly like Caden.
You are, like, productive.
Yeah, if I get high, it like gives me laser vision.
Yeah.
Like I know exactly what I gotta do. Like
It, like, clears your
whatever
mind,
it
like,
is.
it, like,
yeah,
oh my
totally.
God,
It gets all the bullshit away, and I can focus on what I'm doing. It sucks because I work for the government now, so I can't smoke weed. But
Yeah.
In Utah, or can you not do that even in legal
No,
states? Like
no.
even like Denver, like
No, government jobs drug test like a motherfucker.
Mhm.
dude, that sucks because like it actually hella benefits you guys. Like I worked with a guy in construction. He'd get sometimes we'd stop by his house before going to the job site. I'd go into his house with him. Sometimes take smoke a whole bowl of a bong, huge bong rips. I'm like, and you're also driving me right now. Like,
hell yeah.
but he'd be in a better mood and he would be fine. He would get his job done fine. And I'm like, if I were to do that, I would be in La La Land. I'd be paranoid. I'd be not wanting to do shit.
When I smoke weed, unless it's like a crazy amount, which my tolerance, despite like I've gone like years without smoking and then gone back to it, my tolerance is still crazy high. I'll smoke like a whole joint to myself, like a fat ass joint, or like a huge bowl to myself, and that's like I'm fucking still like really good. I have to smoke an insane amount. Bongs fuck me up.
Like,
sure.
We should do one where we get high and try
Yeah.
to do this, because I would probably be shitty.
The thing is, I'm
I would
not
probably-
fun when I'm high. I'm literally like
Oh, I'm not fun when I get high either.
Straight business.
straight business.
Yeah.
Like I have to get shit done. Anytime, like I literally before like so many times I can't even count on my hand how many times I'm like I want to smoke weed and like relax, but it's like oh my room's not clean, and I know if I smoke weed,
You're gonna.
I'm just gonna clean my room for 3
That reminds
hours.
me of like me being on Adderall. Like
Weed helps with my ADHD, but it also doesn't because it's like
it almost sounds like you're getting anxiety, and then you're like to cope with your anxiety, you have to like get up and
it's
do
a little
stuff.
bit. I smoke weed and then I realize, God, you're a fucking piece of shit. Go
There's-
clean your room.
There's so many things that need to
Work
be done.
the fuck out.
Yeah.
Go prep food for tomorrow so you have a healthy lunch for
Well, dude,
tomorrow.
you should-
Call your fucking bank because you do not have your fucking finances in order, you piece of shit. Like, it's anxiety, but it's a healthy level of anxiety to where it's like, you're
It's
not...
actually helping you.
There's a lot of things in my head that are cluttered that I'm not taking care of right
So
now.
you're just kind of
Yeah.
pushing it away, but then
Exactly.
the weed brings
for
it to
weeks I've
to
been
your
needing to
face.
call my fucking bank about like refinancing one of my car loans, and it's like regular Caden just pushes it away. He doesn't want to think
it'll
about
get
that.
done.
I don't want to fucking
Never
think about
gets
that.
done.
But like high Caden, the anxiety of that immediate. So like you're having anxiety about that. Just fucking do it, you piece of shit. And then I do it.
You get off the phone with the people
I'm-
and they're like, he was definitely high.
No, the thing is, nobody can tell when I'm high
Like I can't like if you ever are high around me, I don't think I've ever noticed.
because nobody notices.
Are you high around me often? Like when I come over to hang out or do podcasts?
Yeah, every once in a while.
Because I've never been able to tell.
Because if this is how you tell I'm high, because this is how I'm talking normally to you. If I'm high, it's like, hey Kyler.
Like you're like chilled out,
Yeah.
like it like mellows you out.
I'm literally like fucking normal human being when I'm high.
Dude, see,
And I won't talk, like I can't get high at parties because I will just not be fun.
yeah, same here, dude. That's like the whole point of like.
Well, it's
drinking.
opposite because it's like, I feel like yours comes a lot from like the anxiety of being high. Mine just becomes like, I don't know, I get like weirdly, like almost stoic when I'm fucking
Good way
high.
to put it.
Like I'm
So
very
weird.
like,
I wish, dude.
like a
wish
stone
so bad.
fucking wall when I'm high.
I wish I could be like that, dude. I feel like it would
Too
help.
calm.
It would help me so much.
Yeah, I become like,
'Cause, like
I don't know.
I've definitely noticed, and this has actually happened at a party, and this is before I ever started drinking. But like when I'm sober, I like to do like fun shit. You know, go film or hang out with friends and do like fun shit, or even. And then when I'm drunk, it's even more vamped up and wanting to do other stuff. Like I prefer to not do stunts drunk though, because then I feel like I'm gonna like really hurt myself and
Yeah.
push it
Mhm.
too far, and I also don't want to miss the landing. But if I were to get high, that would all be fucking out the window. I would not want to go do anything like, oh, hey, Kyler, want to go jam? Want to go play some guitar? Want to go, like, do this and that? I'd be like, hell no, I can't physically, like, mentally, I'm not there or able to do shit. So, like, I don't know if it's just, like, a tolerance. Like, maybe if I were to, like, get used to it and, like, build up. Oh, yeah, I see you pouring that shot, baby. Dude, I got to work tomorrow and... probably should drive home later. Dude, there's been a few times I shouldn't admit, but like I've been like entirely too drunk.
Well, I'm good.
I figured. I just didn't want to be a rude host.
I really appreciate you thinking about me.
Are you feeling anything from those 2 shots?
No, not really.
I'm not really.
Well, take another,
the-
buddy. You want to feel something?
The highway patrol officer is going to pull me over later. Might beg to differ, but
Right.
Yeah, like I've had 2 drinks and 2 shots and I'm not really feeling it.
Oh, I'm feeling it, Mr. Krabs.
Are you?
Oh, fuck yeah.
You call me Mr. Krabs?
Yeah. Well, because I had that, I chugged that natter day right before
natty.
this. And then I had that ginger ale thing, drink that had 2 shots in it. And then we took a shot before the podcast, and then one after, and this, so this is this, I don't know.
We
I
haven't
lost
taken
track.
one before.
We did.
We've only taken
not
one.
before. Okay, we took one right when it started.
Yeah.
And then
We took the second one.
And
This
then
is our
the
third shot.
And then I've had 5 shots
I've
because I
had
had 2 in this drink in the mix, and then also
I've had
a beer. So
I've had
6.
six-
I've had 6 drinks.
I've had 6 or 7 shots.
So we're almost on the same, but you're just not feeling.
I'm not feeling it all that
Dude,
much.
I don't know, dude. Maybe I'm just like my body's constantly searching for it, so it's
I
like
don't know.
maybe like a placebo. So I definitely don't have.
Maybe I
like,
am feeling it because I know when I'm feeling it, I smoke like a fiend.
Yeah, like
I swear to God, it's the second alcohol touches my lips. The next thing that has to touch it is a cigarette or a cock. Just kidding. And since nobody's cock's out, I guess I'm going to light up another one.
You only have one left. Do you want to let me have a couple sips of that ciggy? I don't want to take your last cigarette. Well, I do, but I shouldn't. I've also found myself definitely like wanting to smoke more, even when I'm not drinking, which is bad because I've never been one for like a smoker. And for a while, I was a jeweler.
I am a smoker through and through.
And like I never was.
But I've always known it. That's the thing. Like, I've always known I was gonna smoke.
I feel like if I don't have them, I'm not gonna smoke. I usually don't go out of my way to buy cigarettes or to buy like that vape or like the Juul or whatever. But like if I have it, I'm gonna hella smoke it. Like my stepdad bought me that Juul in December, and I had it all the way up until the 1st of July. The only reason I know the 1st of July is because we went sledding into this lake in the mountains, which was freezing fucking cold. It was super fun, but terrible at the same time. And then I go to get out, and I feel my pockets.
And it's gone.
No, it was in my pocket. So I'm like, no, my Juul. Which probably would have been okay if I would let it dry. But you know what I went to do? I was like, let's see if it works. And still went. No. It didn't work. So I'm like, fuck this. And I threw it into the lake.
That was the game. Fuck this.
I just
even did the fucking.
Well, it was lefty, so. Which I'm sure if I let it dry.
Have you seen this shit? This, like, the elusive gay wrist made me think of this. That people are upset at the new Lion King because Scar isn't gay in it.
Well, I'm a little upset.
That he isn't gay in it?
Well, I mean, he was totally, like, super, like, feminine or, like, you know, like, I can totally picture, like, the cartoon.
Yeah, they never explicitly said...
He was flamboyant.
They never said he was explicitly gay in the cartoon
but he's flamboyant.
version.
But he's not flamboyant in this at all.
I didn't know this because I'm not that in tune with, like, the gay community. That he was, like, a gay icon.
I didn't know that.
I think people are only saying it now because they've changed it.
They gotta find a reason.
Now they're saying that he's a gay icon.
Something to complain about. Are you kidding me?
But the fact that, like, the dude who voiced him was doing an impression of, like, a gay person. And then he was, like...
In the cartoon or now? Or the live action? Okay.
The live action, they took all of that out, and he's just a straight villain.
Just because straight, but like I feel like
not straight. No.
I was gonna say
I didn't mean that. I meant he was wholesheartedly a villain.
He's just a straight villain, not a gay
heterosexual villain.
Yeah, once you said that.
But I guess that works on 2 points. Yeah, that does work on both ends.
He's a straight villain now. Taking my shot.
But I took mine forever ago. Did we not clink?
We did, but
you fucking pussy.
I can't just like it's like smoking and talking. I can't like keep it going.
Again, the whole fucking ADHD goddamn theme of this podcast. I wanted to bring that up because it's fresh on the memory with your whole fucking limp wrist. But I was gonna say earlier, I'm a smoker. Like there's no like denying it anymore. For a long time, I have denied it. It's like I just kind of casually smoke. But like I'm a fucking smoker now. But the thing is, I've always known I was gonna be a smoker. If you asked me when I was 9 years old,
I'm definitely
gonna smoke
to your
cigarettes.
dare officer. Like, this is all bullshit. I'm definitely gonna be a smoker.
I don't buy into this, you fucking goon.
Like my mom smokes. Are you better than my mom?
Well, yeah, I feel like if your parents smoke, you're definitely like none of my parents, anybody in my family.
It's literally in my blood. My mom smoked when she was pregnant with me.
So it's been in me since. Out like with a little ciggy, like with the little. Like,
I had a 9-month addiction, like nicotine addiction, when I was born.
What is that guy's name? Like you know, you're obsessed with him. He has a little cigarette holder.
Hunter S. Thompson.
Yeah, you came out with a little cigarette holder out, like fucking little visor.
The fucking big ass sunglasses, the visor coming out. We're like in bar stuff. Just kidding. But like, I love Hunter S. Thompson. I listened to a documentary about him yesterday. He's one of my favorite people, which is like. He was my like role model when I was 13, and he's the worst role model of all time.
I mean, very creative, inspiring person, in like with his writing and everything. But
there's a quote that stuck to me that I think like definitely like inhibited my drug habit. To where he's like, there's a really famous quote of him like, it's alcohol, drugs, and violence isn't for everyone, but it's always worked for me.
Oh my god, dude. It's amazing.
He's a fucking insane human being that should not have lived to the age that he did, and definitely should have been taken out on his own fucking terms.
Well,
like,
I heard
drug habit didn't catch up to him. He did. He fucking killed himself.
Well, I was listening to a podcast the other day that he, from a younger age, set that age for him. It was like 50-something. He's like, I'm going to kill myself. Or he predicted that he was going to kill himself. It wasn't on his like agenda, but like he predicted he was going to kill himself at like 53 or whatever it was, like 50 something, and then he did ended up killing himself at that age. So like maybe it was a part of his agenda.
I didn't even know that. Maybe
like I heard that in a podcast, so like it has to be true.
I just listened to like
hardcore.
When he fucking killed himself, which is a crazy fucking thing.
I wanted to say this about Kolby though, because he's kind of like been around parents and like a sibling who's like heavily into drinking and smoking, and like Kolby, as long as I've known you, you've not been like much of a drinker at all or a smoker.
Yeah.
Like I know it was weird when I found out that you actually did like to smoke weed. You just didn't like, but you actually did like it. But like I know you've never been one to drink a lot or like ever get into smoking cigarettes.
No. You know, when I was younger, like in high school, it scared the shit out of me because I thought that I was going to get hopelessly addicted to it, both physically and mentally, you know, like my mother and my brother, like, who need it to function.
Dude.
Which is definitely something I've noticed with people that
scary.
Come from those kinds of households.
Like
I have a friend.
Tino.
Yeah, Tino, exact same. His parents are insane partiers.
And he's like
they go fucking hard.
Because I think he doesn't want to be like that, which is good for him.
The exact thing is you see the negative. Because when you're going through it, you're not seeing the negative effects it's bringing. No. Because you're so busy
like partying, like
doing it, being constantly drunk all the time. But when you're young, and I don't entirely know your situation, so I'm definitely kind of like assuming that's the word I was fucking looking.
No, you happen to be assume makes an ass out of you and me.
Fucking kill yourself. No, but like when you see that firsthand, the negative effects of it, it scares the shit out of you.
Well, and I noticed this with me the past couple weeks. It's happened to me one other time, and it not really even, but the past couple weeks I've gone on like 4-day benders, and for it to be a drinking bender, it has to be at least 3 days. And last year I went on a 3-day bender, which is like you drink all day, go to bed drunk, wake up drunk, and then you start your day drinking, and so you're like constantly 24 hours, like it's just circulating through you, and so the come off is really hard. But I never, until recently, have come off and then had mad shakes, mad anxiety, felt like I couldn't function, and then the second I get alcohol on me, it goes away.
It calms it down.
My shakes go away, my anxiety goes away. I feel like I'm almost back to normal.
Yeah.
Like I can like be funny, I can be myself, I can like talk to people, but I'm still like, that's where alcoholism and like addiction comes from, and like being an alcoholic. And I used to tell my friends, like especially my straight edge friends, they'd be like, dude, you're an alcoholic. They'd joke around, like, Khyler, you're an alcoholic.
I mean, even me,
even our friends, like, just friends in general, like, these guys are alcoholics. They like to party hard and drink.
I've had that assumption put on me.
But it's like, and I tell them, like, yeah, I'm not really an alcoholic. It's more like, I like to party hard and I'll drink a lot.
Like,
but like, I don't.
Times recently have been scaring you about.
Oh yeah, but normally I'm not dependent on it. Like when you feel like you need to drink to function and to not like feel like you're about to die.
Yeah. I was just talking.
That's when, like, you know, and then, like, I realized that I was like, all right, I need to come. It takes like a day or two to like come out of that funk, and like, dude, you literally wake up with like your sheets are like soaked in sweat. You have the worst nightmares ever. They're vivid and just the scariest dreams. Like I was having terrible sleep paralysis and just like it's scary.
It's crazy shit.
And like I here I am getting wasted now with you, but it's like
it's different though.
But it's like it's just this night, and then tomorrow I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna may or not be hungover. I'm gonna go to work, and like it's gonna be okay. But like when you make it that habit of like waking up, first thing you do is drink more alcohol to like, and then you go throughout your day, and then your body becomes dependent on it.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that I was able to notice it, and I was telling Landon this, like, dude, that's good that you noticed it instead of ignoring it and like keep doing it. Because that's the first sign of like an alcoholic is like you
fall down the rabbit
hole. Well, and then you deny it. Like I'm not an alcoholic, but then you keep doing it. Like I'm like, okay, like I realize this is a problem, and I don't like. I love drinking, obviously. Yeah. I don't want to make it a dependency on behalf.
See, I was actually talking about this to my friend earlier today, and I'm not going to name names, but this friend's married to an alcoholic, like a legit alcoholic. And we're talking about it today because again, like the same thing you were just bringing up, we both have been like, friends have jokingly said like, oh, they're alcoholics because we drink a lot. But the thing I was talking to this person that made me realize is that like, and as you were saying that you felt that dependency to the alcohol.
Oh, I was feeling it hard.
Because I'm worried. There's been times I've been worried I've been like addicted to alcohol, but like through this conversation I've realized it's not an addiction to the alcohol, it's an addiction to the habit. To where, like, yeah, I've gone through times where I have, like, a drink every fucking night.
But that's every
night, But it's
night,
not
though.
the alcohol I'm dependent on. It's the habit of, like, the drink at the end of the night. To,
Yeah,
like,
like
take the edge
totally.
off.
I'll do that sometimes, like, you know,
And
throughout
I feel
the
like
week.
that's the way it's been for you for a long time.
For a long time,
To where
but it's-
we've definitely had private conversations where, like, are we fucking alcoholics?
But,
Because
like-
we have a drink every single fucking
no,
night? But it's like,
no.
or like not even
Yeah.
a drink, but like a handful of drinks.
No, I was
but it's
gonna
not
say,
the
yeah.
alcohol dependency.
Yeah.
It's the habit.
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
okay,
Like, your body isn't physically needing it.
needing the
like,
alcohol, it's physically needing the habit of having the drink at the
Like,
end.
oh,
of
like,
the
oh, and sometimes I felt like, oh, like, and
Yeah.
I'll joke around, like, oh, I need my medicine to go to bed. Like, this will help me, like, be able
Exactly,
to chill
that's the
out
same
and help
thing.
me go to sleep.
Mine is I drink, like I'll have nightcaps, is what I call them.
Mhm.
Is like a couple at like 9 o'clock. I'll be like, well, why not have a couple of fucking drinks?
And at
before
least,
bed?
yeah, that's normal to have it at night. Like, that's the saying, like, oh, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. And then here I am at 10:30 in the morning at the, like, local bar that just barely opened having a shot
Because
of
you're having the
vodka.
shits. That's the dependency from
Yeah.
the alcohol versus the dependency on the habit that you've created with the alcohol.
And
Totally.
it's like alcohol like creates this insane anxiety that I've never felt before in my life ever. Like whenever my friends or family have talked about anxiety, I could never really relate. I don't know what anxiety truly feels like until I started to come off of a bender. And it was like, I literally felt like I was going to shut down. Like I was going to die. I'm like,
Yeah.
and people actually die from lack of alcohol. And
Mhm.
since it was only like a 4-day bender, people are going to be, that's weak or whatever. Like there's people that are like
you need
constantly throughout their life, like every
years
day.
and years of constant drinking for that to become an issue.
And then all of a sudden, like you die if you cut cold turkey. Like you
Yeah.
will die. Like the alcohol.
The
there's only,
comedian I've told you about, Doug Stanhope, he has that problem.
like he can't just stop.
Yeah, his doctor, because like, you know how like Bert Kreischer, Joe Rogan, and Tom Segura and Ari Shaffir all do like the sober October shit.
Right.
Doug Stanhope was gonna do that, and he went to a doctor, and the doctor was like, "You cannot quit cold turkey.
Like
you'll die.
You'll fucking die, dude. Which is scary. Like, and I
It's terrifying."
definitely don't want to be like that. Like as much as
But
I
that's
love
like
drinking. It's like,
30 years worth of alcohol.
right. Like a bender is a bender. Like it's
Yeah.
it's
Mm-hmm.
You can flush that out of your system.
Yeah.
You're good, bud.
and it's fucking it'll sweat out. It'll sweat out in your sleep. You'll wake up in the middle of the night having a fucking night terror. Your sheets are fucking soaked. And then all of a sudden you have anxiety because of something in your life that doesn't actually exist that you shouldn't have anxiety over. But then you end up like freaking out about, and then anxiety takes over, like not being able to sleep. So I was just like up all night, not being able to do anything. And I'm like, do I keep drinking? Do I like try to sober up? This and that. It's just like, and so I had to take a couple days off. But then after a couple days, I'm like, nah, let's keep drinking. But fucking, we're good. But
So to add on to that, oh sorry.
no, you go. No.
No.
I'm done. I'm done.
So, like, from the outside looking in, growing up, like watching my mom and my brother, they were like fucking zombies, just slaves to that same routine, like you were talking about. And one thing for my mom, especially anybody who knows about my upbringing, my mom, she's a paranoid schizophrenic, and that anxiety that Kyler's talking about just fucking adds on to that tenfold. I mean, she'd go
yes, dude.
4, 5, 6 days at a time without fucking sleeping more than 2 hours because she'd fall asleep and she'd had some crazy fucking wicked dream, like, fucking clowns from outer space are coming to kill me and my brother.
It's always something's about to
know?
kill you. It's always something's after
Yeah.
you to kill you. That's how my dreams were. Like something's out there to kill you, and you can't do anything about it, and you're just fucking running away.
Yeah,
like,
man.
Yeah, but go on.
Yeah, and I mean, she got to the point where, she'd talk to doors and shit, and like
To try to like calm herself down.
Yeah,
probably.
dude.
Try to like
Yeah,
calm
that's
herself out of it.
crazy. Yeah,
Is she
like-
better now?
she's functioning. I would say she's a functioning alcoholic. She holds down a job. She pays.
Well,
her
not even
bills.
like with that, but with the
But-
schizophrenia.
But yeah, and
Is that
with
under
that
control?
too. I feel really, really bad for anybody who has to live with her. It's got to be a fucking roller coaster ride.
No, I've witnessed the.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say her name. I don't know if you care. But
no, I don't care.
The Peggy, right?
Yeah.
The fucking Wrath of the Peg. Fucking like she'll come up to you and like Khyler, this says this. And so this means that, and she like connects the dots that are across the room.
Well, there's also
it's like one dot's here, and they're somehow connected.
That's a harder position because it isn't like, and I don't want to speak out of turn here because obviously I don't know your mother all that well and stuff, but like, or not even your mother in general, but I haven't dealt with the fact of like schizophrenia all that much. There's like a clear correlation between like schizophrenia and like drug use. Definitely. As a coping mechanism. Mm-hmm. That's a huge reason, dude, for the number of homeless people we have.
Dude, the other day, I was gonna say the other day when I was like, coming off it, sweating, having bad dreams, night terrors, and all that, I was like talking to myself in my head, like in every little noise. I was like, and in my head, I'm like, am I becoming a fucking paranoid person? And I'm like, am I going fucking schizophrenic right now? I felt like a crazy person. Like, I literally felt like I was going insane for the first time ever. I'm like, please let me like reverse this. This feels so shitty. And I'm sober.
It's just like
compound
effect.
But it was also right after I hit my head doing that backflip thing. And I felt like I had like a mild concussion because I felt dizzy for like 3 days after that. Even without alcohol, I'm like, felt so out of my head. Like I was driving and I was like nodding off, like almost like.
Definitely that could have been a concussion. Yeah, but I think it's rather than like in a case of actual mental. I think that was the circumstance of the lifestyle you were living at those specific days
like
affecting your mindset, rather than your mindset affecting your lifestyle.
Yeah, I was just like, please, like I don't want to become a crazy person because of this.
I think that was just your lack of sleep and lack of. I mean, not lack of,
totally
but
lack of sleep.
Like lack of sleep, and then just fucking overdoing it on the booze.
Mm-hmm. What were you going to say, though, Kolby?
Yeah, I was just going to say, it's funny you guys mentioned the whole drug thing, because my mom's whole deal with her paranoid schizophrenia, it was bad ecstasy that kind of ignited that in her. I'm sure she had it in her, and it was going to come out at some point.
Yeah, which is definitely what I've heard.
But she's been in a bad trip because of that bad ecstasy for fucking 15 years now.
I've heard of it.
Make sure you trust your dealer.
Yeah, right. that's what freaks me out about psychedelics. I'm like, what if it triggers, like, what if I'm meant to be crazy when I'm an old man, but then all of a sudden I take some fucking psychedelics, which normal people are like, oh, that's supposed to open your mind, you're going to be like a better person, and then it ends up making me a fucking insane weirdo, like, because I all of a sudden take some
There's definitely that fear.
bad acid.
There's definitely that fear of it.
Because I think shrooms are pretty safe, right? Like shrooms.
I actually just read an article.
Like shrooms could trigger.
No, like shrooms are safer than marijuana.
Right. No, I've heard that too, dude.
Yeah.
Like, and especially if you're only microdosing, like it, like, or even not microdosing, it helps with like so many like depression and just like.
Oh god, they're putting that in trial right now in states. It just became legal in Colorado.
I mean, people say that weed. Oh, this will help with your anxiety, man. I'm like, no, it fucking won't.
But
dude.
There's actual scientific evidence to prove that mushrooms help with specifically PTSD.
Dude,
that mushrooms mixed with therapy. So when giving somebody psilocybin, which is the compound in shrooms that gives you the psychedelic effect, mixed with therapy, extremely helps with PTSD.
I can't remember what I was listening to the other day, but like, the fact that like when people do have like flashbacks and like from like war or whatever, like it feels like it's real, like it's like actually there.
Yeah.
And like, I could not imagine that.
And we just had like one of the worst days for it. The 4th of July, and then bam, our 24th of July.
Yeah, Utah.
Those are like the worst days for it.
Yeah, if you happen to be a listener and you're not from Utah, like I think we're like. Growing up, I always thought, oh, the 4th and the 24th of July, firework days. But then, like,
nobody else has that.
The 24th is just it's Utah's day, so we have two, like,
so I was on social media yesterday, and I guess technically today, but my cousin posted, like, National Pie and Beer Day.
which is the 24th.
Or not national, but she just said, like, happy Pie and Beer Day. And I, like, even told my girlfriend, like, what the fuck is she even talking about? It's a Pioneer Day. And she's posting about this fucking
Pie and Beer.
Pie and Beer Day. And my girlfriend just started fucking laughing at me.
No,
not at all. Not remotely connected.
That's weird. Okay.
I said them back to back and didn't even connect the
That's
dots.
like mad gap.
I've also never heard that.
I've never heard that either, but that's funny
This
you say
year,
that.
I've heard so many fucking people brought it up at work today.
Right? Okay, so my friend
thing.
Zach posted a thing. He's like, I love my family, whatever. I didn't have any pie, but I definitely had some beer. And he's talking about the 24th of July.
Mm-hmm.
Had no idea. I was like, pie? I guess like 24th is when you're supposed to have pie or whatever. Like, but like I didn't realize I didn't realize the 24th. I knew it was like a Utah holiday. I didn't know that was. I'm sure I knew this, but I forgot that it's called Pioneer Day.
Yeah.
And then he was just like, didn't have any pie, but I definitely had some beer. It's like, oh my god, like that's amazing. Like, Pie and Beer Day, Pioneer Day. Like I'd never heard of that play on words.
Neither have I.
But like, you're not supposed to have pie and beer, but it's
alley.
like that's like a joke. Like, do people actually like go out and like have pie and beer, or is that just like a joke? Like,
I think it's a relatively new joke because I definitely have not heard it before this year. This is the first year I'm hearing of this.
Yeah.
Have you heard of this before this year?
You know, I'm sitting in this chair laughing my ass off and stuff, but I've honestly never heard of it until being in this room.
Yeah, I never heard about it till yesterday. I feel like this is a relatively new, like, joke about Pioneer Day. I've never heard this before.
How do we segue from this?
How do you follow that?
Welcome to the ADHD podcast. This is all this fucking is we just bounce around.
I'm just thinking like I couldn't think of anything else to say. I'm just like, how do you segue from that hot topic?
That fucking hot topic of a specifically...
I know, it's like there's nothing to fucking go from that.
Well, this is what I was gonna say, is that it was Pioneer yesterday. Pie and Beer Day yesterday. It was, dude, people were going fucking hams with fireworks in my neighborhood.
Oh yeah, dude, we went up to the view up Bacchus Highway. There's like an overview.
Yeah.
And you can
see all the shit.
The whole city, the county of Salt Lake, just like from the side to side, and you just see flashing lights everywhere, dude. It was insane.
Well, dude, I was in this tiny ass suburban neighborhood. People were fucking setting off goddamn bombs in my neighborhood.
It's just like an excuse.
No,
to, like,
literally,
blow shit up. Yeah.
People were setting off such strong fireworks. It was setting off car alarms.
Hell yeah.
There were multiple car alarms just going off because the power of whatever fucking illegal fucking Wyoming firework these fucking people bought were going off and setting off goddamn car alarms. They were that fucking strong.
That's amazing, dude. That's
scary.
Cool, that's scary though. That'll
annoying.
literally blow your head off. Like Steve-O did this video where he's putting it in different objects, like a suitcase, a toilet, like a safe. Blew the fuck out of every one of them, dude. I'm just thinking, like, I have friends that will put mortars, like they've strapped mortars to like a friend's helmet, like a cheap little Walmart bike helmet.
Oh my
God. He just lights it off on his fucking dome,
That's
dude.
Scary.
And like,
I just read a story from the 4th of July. This fucking kid who got like 5 fingers between both hands blown off.
Ugh.
Wait, so his whole hand basically...
It wasn't the whole hand. It was like a couple off of one hand. It was like
between.
Exactly.
Okay.
It was 5 fingers between both hands.
I hope he at least kept his middle
3
finger.
on one.
Oh, I really hope he kept his middle finger at least on one of them. That's all I'm praying for.
I don't think so. I think it was...
Both middle fingers are gone? No!
Poor bastard.
I can't express my anger to this moment right now.
What the fuck am I gonna do in traffic?
Did I ever tell you?
Seriously, dude.
Have I ever told you about the kid I knew in preschool that was missing fingers?
No. No, what?
This little fat, chubby white kid. I wasn't chubby. I was skinny as fuck until 6th grade.
That was mean.
I was goddamn. I had a killer body until I was 13, and then
you can't even be sexualized at that point.
What? Excuse me. I was Catholic. I was sexualized a lot.
You were not Catholic.
No, I wasn't Catholic.
Talk about if you've never experienced religion.
But that's a good fucking joke.
God, trying to try and joke on me right now.
That's a good joke. No, but that was funny. Anyway,
I was Catholic.
I was always sexualized by my priest.
I was a goddamn twink until I was fucking 13. But
Jesus Christ.
no, there was this. I was in
preschool.
Preschool.
The fact that you're talking shit on a preschooler right now.
Well, fucking wait till you hear about this fucking kid. This kid, like chubby, little like blonde kid with like the fucking buzz cut, missing.
Oh no, I can already picture who you're talking about. Like
He
not
was
exactly
missing-
who, but like that type of person.
Yeah, exactly. He was missing a ring finger on one hand, and then I think it was the index, and then I think the middle finger. I can't even
He's
remember
totally
now.
born with like a disease.
But the thing is, he would tell everyone that alligators bit off his
Oh
fingers.
my god, what a legend!
It wasn't even
Vivid
until
imagination.
I was like way older that I realized like, oh, that kid was definitely lying. But for like that entire like in preschool,
But what if he wasn't
I thought he was.
lying?
I like
a
hung-
legend.
I was glued to that kid because it's like this motherfucker. He fucking wrestled an alligator and got his fingers bit off. He's the coolest person I've ever met in my
Preschool. You're,
fucking
like, 5
young ass
years old.
life.
Fucking tried the death roll on him and only took a couple fingers.
Yeah.
He only got a couple of my fucking fingers, but I fucking killed him.
Yeah, he's a little
Yeah.
kid,
Like-
baby, basically. Like
Yeah.
4 or 5 years old, and you're in preschool. Like,
And I thought he was the coolest fucking kid.
okay,
But he was missing so many fingers. I have no idea why.
logically, I think he was born with a disease.
Yeah.
But
Almost
B,
like-
what if he really did lose into a fucking alligator?
Then he's
But
the coolest person I've
that's
ever fucking
sick.
met to this day.
The
Holy
most
shit.
important part of this, though, is he would have the perfect cosplay of that motherfucker from Scary Movie.
Yeah, you're terrible, dude. I'm gonna use my strong hand. Oh god, my strong hand.
I need somebody to
Seriously,
stir
though.
mashed potatoes.
Yeah, that's his whole cosplay is like fucking just holding like a plate of mashed potatoes in like some shitty butler outfit. Holy fuck. Wow, what was I gonna say? Oh, I had a neighbor. I don't think we've talked about Alex Bro. Do you remember Alex Bro? Do you remember Alex Bro?
I've never
My
met
neighbor,
Alex.
my next door neighbor when I lived in Glendale. Oh my god.
Yes,
Oh my god.
is
He
for-
wrestled grizzlies?
He fought and killed grizzly
I've never
bears.
heard that story about.
Fought and killed several grizzlies because his claim to fame, every time he'd always come over to our house wasted. Literal
I
next door
remember,
neighbor.
yeah.
Come over wasted. Talk about how he's from Alaska and they would kill grizzly bears and all this crazy shit. And then my roommates and I would kind of fuck with him, like, dude, where's your scars, dude? Like, let's see your scars. And he'd like show his body kind of clean, like, no, like, dude, if you fought a grizzly bear, he'd say like with his bare hands, and he'd kill grizzly bears. Like, no, you fucking.
Like, I've seen The Revenant. I
And-
know
yeah,
what
I
grizzly
know.
bears do.
Right? Yeah, that's what I'd picture. Well, and not to be rude, but I feel like he's on the spectrum. Either he's on the spectrum or he was such a bad alcoholic, he just seemed crazy.
Did you ever meet him sober?
I don't think so. I really don't think so. I think he was always coming over wasted. He was like this 30-something-year-old man living at his mom's house, was such a nerd, but hilarious at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
Worked at a fucking like parking garage as security. And sometimes he'd come over, we'd be hanging out in the backyard. He would obviously lurk and see that we're in our backyard, and then come around the side gate, dressed in a security guard's outfit. We'd think a cop was coming into our backyard. Like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Like, I thought it was. He even had pepper spray on him. So like one of the.
Yeah, what you've used on
I used on him because he thought I was making like hella money on stunts. He's like, all right, let's do this, but I better see some royalty checks. He's like, I bet. I'm like, yeah. Like he's like, whatever you get paid for this YouTube video, I want to see a percentage. I'm like, yeah, you'll see a percentage of what I make off this YouTube video, which is $0. And so I don't make anything. I'm like, yeah, let's do some crazy shit. Let me tase your balls, which I have done. I tased his balls. I kicked him in the nuts.
Yeah.
Like lit off fire. We'd do fake pranks with him that I obviously like didn't care if they looked real or fake. Like, all right, I'm gonna be sleeping on this hammock in your backyard. You're gonna come up and light a pack of fireworks on my stomach. I'm like, yes, let's do that. And then one of these times, which was such a terrible decision, but I was like, dude, fuck yeah and fuck you. We're gonna fucking pepper spray you. And he was like, all right, let's pretend I'm passed out drunk in your backyard, which has happened several times before. He's like, I'm gonna pretend I'm passed out in your backyard drunk. And you're gonna take my pepper spray off my belt and pepper spray me while I'm pretending to be asleep. So, and like, I even played it off on the video. I'm like, my neighbor's over here passed out in my backyard. I'm about to pepper spray him with his own pepper spray. And so I fucking got him, dude. He was laying on the ground for like 45 minutes in just pure agony, like screaming, rolling on the ground. I'm trying to help him. And he eventually passed out from the alcohol or from the pain. Slept the whole night in our backyard in a security guard outfit. And then it's like in the middle of the week too, I swear. So one of my roommates got up to go to work and they're just like, "Hey, Kyler, what's he doing back there? Like, why is our neighbor passed out in our backyard?" He's like this 46-year-old man, just like, "What the fuck, dude?" I'm like, "Oh, I just pepper sprayed him. He'll be fine. He should be okay."
That's nothing.
We've had to like literally walk this guy back to his mom's house, like next door. He's stumbling, like just throw him in his front door and hopefully he makes it to his bed.
So did you ever meet Mom? Like, did she seem proud?
I did. I never like formally. I remember speaking to her. I can't put a face to her. Don't remember her name, but I remember seeing her, and she was also batshit because she would put.
I don't know. For some reason, in my head, I'm imagining the mom from What's Eating Gilbert Grape.
Like a huge fat piece of shit.
That's
No,
exactly
bedridden. No,
what
she's
picture.
very hippie. Like she
really?
would put or
Now
just,
I'm imagining
schizophrenic. She was crazy.
My
dude.
9th grade film teacher. That's what I'm
Dude,
imagining now.
Okay, back to Alex, and I'll go back to his mom. Alex would supposedly he would bury Alaskan blueberry vodka in his backyard to like hide it or to let it ferment, to do something, and then he'd unbury it. Apparently, bring it over to our house to drink it, and be like, This is actual blueberry vodka straight from Alaska. This isn't blueberry flavored. This is actually fermented blueberries. And then on the bottle it said blueberry flavored vodka. Like this is blueberry. Like this isn't fermented blueberries.
The other thing is blueberry vodka isn't that special.
No, I know. This is like he was that fucked up. Like he's like, this is actually fermented blueberries. I buried this bottle in my backyard. And then we'd go and look at the bottle. I'm like, it says blueberry.
I've had blackberry vodka made from blackberries, which I would say is a much rarer berry than blueberries.
Yeah. And it was blueberry
also,
flavored.
not hard to come by.
No.
You could buy it at a liquor store today.
But the thing that got...
is that it said actually blueberry
But it said Alaskan.
flavored.
It said Alaskan on it. He was so obsessed from being native Alaska. That was his whole fucking deal. This was this guy's like pride and joy from being from Alaska. Now he's living in the fucking ghetto in Utah, in Salt Lake. Like Glendale was sketchy. You'd be like, "Oh, were those fireworks?" No, it's fucking April. Like it's fucking April. Like you just hear some gunshots. Like that was just normal. And I never thought anything of it. In our part of the neighborhood, I felt pretty safe. Like I was like, who would want to fuck with me?
Again,
I don't
never
fuck with anybody.
Been scared to go really anywhere in Utah.
I haven't really, but dude, Rose Park is creepy. The other night, okay, I want to hurry and say this about his mom really quick, second thing. We had crows heavily in our neighborhood, like because we had like long...
Because of all the death.
No. Because we had like a lot of big pine trees in people's backyards and like telephone poles in our front yard and just whatnot. So the crows and like squirrels and shit, like there's a lot of wildlife. The crows were so fucking bad and annoying that she would get CDs and throw like blank CDs in her yard to like as reflectors to like fuck with the crows or to like get them to try to get like she'd like set traps for them or like some crazy shit. I'd just be like, we would drive by our neighbor's house and like, why are there CDs in your front yard? Dude? Like, I kid you fucking not. I swear to God. But back to, I was gonna say this earlier. I spent the night at my girlfriend's house alone because she was out partying with her other friends, and I just wanted to sleep at her house because it was closer to my work. I'm like, all right, this is just convenient. Let's, instead of 25 minutes, it's 10 minutes away. Whatever. So I'm trying to sleep. I'm coming off of a fucking bender. I'm sweating, feeling like shit, and all of a sudden I hear... And in my mind, I'm like, those were definitely not fireworks. Like, fireworks don't sound like a quick 3 shots and then it's done. Like, I just heard gunshots right next to my girlfriend's house. And I was just sitting there like, oh my God, this is creepy. Like, you don't hear that in the suburbs of like West Jordan. Like,
No.
That's only like Rose Park, like Salt Lake area. Like, you just hear random fucking gunshots. Like, and like, I'm sure that's super normal for people who live in like Chicago, like Gary, Indiana, like Detroit, like other ghetto spots of. I think every state has a slightly or extremely ghetto spot. And Rose Park,
definitely
Glendale,
some places have their parts of it, but then like Chicago, all of it.
Oh my! Like
Chicago's
Gary,
so scary.
Walking around Gary, Indiana, in the middle of the day is fucking terrifying because like that used to be like the murder capital of America. Like at one point, I swear to God, like you drive around and there's houses that are boarded up and spray painted, and then the house right next to it is people living in it.
Yeah.
And like they just like it's and then there's like churches and abandoned like cathedrals that are all boarded up and like fences around it, but people like break into the fences. So I remember us going through one of the fences into this church. There's spray paint everywhere. Shit's falling apart. You walk on stairs, and one of my friends walked on a step, and it started to crumble. So sketchy, and they can't tear these things down or like do anything about it. But I remember a sketcy part of it in this church was I saw a lot of spray paint that said "Go home, Whitey." And I swear to God, I'm like, I'm Whitey. I'm like, dude, this is like, I have a bad feeling about this, guys. It's in the middle of the day. And remember when we walked up to it, we hear rap music. I'm like, time to go home. Like, this is where the gang lives. Like, in my weird,
the gangs, this is where they live
in this huge abandoned church. And that's my weird mind. And then my other friends, my other friend and his girlfriend were like, yeah, fuck it. We don't give a shit. They walked in and then they ended up calling us like, dude, that rap music you hear is a fucking like couple of black guys making a music video. They're playing their music to make the music video.
Oh, I would have gone and hung out.
So I went in, we walked past them though, we don't want to interrupt, and like we're just exploring. It's a huge abandoned, crazy, amazing church. Like, and, like it's super beautiful, like even though it's like falling apart, but just like graffiti and just like the architecture. And then we're up on like 3 or 4 stories high in this falling apart church. And from below I hear the whole like that's like gang whistling, right? Or like does like some sketchy shit. Like, am I right or am I right? Like, and I'm like in Utah, you don't really hear that, but I'm like in fucking Gary, Indiana, like it's known for being sketchy, and I'm like, that's not a good sign. Like we're up here, some lone white boys, and like hearing some gang whistling, like. I'm like, dude, we're about to get shot. We're about to get jumped. It's the middle of the day. We go down and just more white people. Because it's a tourist spot. Because actually,
because it's so
prevalent. Yeah, and actually, what I came to find out was there's a scene in Transformers. I don't know which one, like with Shia LaBeouf, where they actually filmed at this spot. Like, 'cause it's all crumbling down.
Crazy.
It's all crumbling down and falling apart. Anyway, so they actually like filmed. Like, it's pretty well. Like, you know, there's people shooting music videos there and shit. So. As sketchy as it is, and it's right in, like, I'm pretty sure it's right next to Chicago. I'm pretty sure Gary, Indiana is next to like all that stuff. But I felt pretty comfortable. There was like, I hate that I keep saying this. There were some white photographers there. Like, I'm just like, as long as the whites are there, I'm feel comfortable. Because as soon as those thuggy boys come in, I'm like, ugh.
Well, see, this is the
I'm about to get shot.
This is the thing. I'm jealous of you. I don't have whatever you have. That's like. This is a
I'm not racist,
situation.
I swear.
I don't have your racism, so I don't think about it. I don't have whatever that part in you saying, this is a bad situation. Like, I don't have the alarms that go off in my head. I could be in any situation. I swear to God, it's like I get, the more dangerous situation I get into,
The more comfortable you are.
the more like, I'm like, nothing's gonna
this is
fucking
right.
happen.
Yeah. Which is probably how I should have felt. I'm an overthinker.
Yeah, like,
overanalyzer.
I didn't realize I got mugged until I told somebody about it.
You're like, wait, you got mugged, bro. Like, how do you not realize you just got mugged?
Can you see my wallet?
I have.
Actually, you got mugged. No.
I got mugged, the
Good
wallet's
segue.
gone. No, like, I mean, I realized at the time, but there was no warning bells going off in my head until I left this situation.
No, you got.
I didn't even get mugged.
No, you didn't. You got pickpocketed. You didn't get mugged.
No, I got. Somebody tried to mug me.
Oh, they tried to mug you, but they
And-
didn't. Or
Yeah,
they-
because I convinced them not to.
But it was convincing. It was like I'm broke too, man. Like
It was. I'll
like,
tell you the story.
Like, how do you convince? Like,
This is the
I
story.
got mugged, but then I talked him out of it.
I 100%. The guy was trying to get something from me, and I convinced him not to do it because there was literally no fear in my body. Anytime, any situation I've been into, oh, this is a dangerous situation, Caden. Don't be in this situation. I'm calm as a fucking cucumber. Like, that like fucking fight or flight response in my head
You
just
have none.
does not
Yeah,
work.
me neither.
No.
No fight nor flight. You're just like,
This is
please
the
end
situation.
it.
This is a situation where
I'm here.
like,
Please.
there's 2 situations I've been in. The one I'm gonna tell you right now isn't that sketchy. This isn't like this definitely isn't super sketchy by any means. But this was before I had my license. I was working at this movie theater. I was riding my bike to work. It's a summer day. It's like July. I'm riding my bike. I'm going past the trailer park on 40th.
Yeah, right next to my neighborhood.
Exactly, yeah. I'm going down that road past the trailer park. I see this cholo Mexican dude. He's like...
on your bike?
I'm on my bike. He's like 30. Like, I feel bad describing him, but he was a typical cholo. Like, chino shorts down to like mid-calf.
Well, you can tell when somebody
has his
seems
elbows
fucking way oversized white t-shirt, gold chain.
Did he have a shaved head and mustache?
I don't remember. He didn't have a mustache, but he had the shaved head.
Okay. Coward.
Literally carrying a Corona in hand, middle of the day. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. She's heard this story.
Good for him, though. That's
3 o'clock in the afternoon.
trying to keep off the shakes, dude.
Walking with a Corona in his hand. I see him on the sidewalk. I'm on the sidewalk riding my bike. I was like, okay, I'm going to get in the bike lane just to get out of his way. I get in the bike lane. I look down. I look back up. He's in the bike lane.
Of course he was.
So I stop my bike, and he is like, what do you got in the bag? And then does the joint symbol, holding the joint up to his mouth, and I was like, this isn't how fucking drug deals work. I don't have weed for you. And he's like, okay, what do you have in the fucking bag? And I was like, fucking nothing. And he's like, fucking oh, you have something in the bag. What do you have? And I was like, I have my fucking work clothes. Look, I have a fucking t-shirt that says fucking Jurassic Park on it from the fucking movie theater. Do you want that? I was like, well, no. What else do you got? What's in the side pockets? And I was like, my fucking cologne.
I'll take it. Spray me real quick.
That's what he did, dude! I was like, I have cologne. And he's like, give it to me. I was like, no! It's hot outside. I'm riding my bike. I don't want to smell sweaty when I get to work. I need my cologne. And he's like, fucking give it to me. I was like, I'll spray you with it. And I was like, okay.
Fucking settled.
Two spritz. He put out his wrist. I sprayed his wrist. He rubbed them together. Classy.
What a gentleman.
Classy.
Tell you what, I hope he never robbed the 7-Eleven.
Fucking fist bumped it. We fist bumped. And then he walked away, and I rode my fucking bike to work.
Dude, that must have been his first try.
Fucking got done playing Grand Theft Auto.
I'm gonna give this a go. Better put on my long dickies and fucking oversized t-shirt. Oh shit, I just barely shaved my mustache. This might work, though. If he would have had the mustache, it might have convinced you.
Might have added that intimidation factor.
That's so funny.
You gotta pay for your slushie.
Dude,
I don't know what the fuck's going on with that.
I think she ordered a slushie through DoorDash or something.
She should just take my fucking card.
Well, because she lost her wallet, but already ordered in campaign now.
I'm very confused.
I'm confused too. So
I think you pay on the app.
So Caden's wife just ordered a slushie.
You need to calm the fuck down, sir. No. Yeah. I'll be back. Hold up.
We're taking over. Kolby and I are taking over.
Look at me now. I'm the captain.
I'm Alright, well, Caden sucks all the day. Okay, now that he's out, dude.
Yeah.
Ready to make out.
You're summoned.
Well, fuck, dude. What else? What should I ask you about, dude? I don't want to ask you about work, because that's fucking gay.
No, let me ask you something. So how'd you meet your gal?
Okay, I can tell you about this. We talked about it last time, but I'll talk to you. I'll tell you about it.
Okay.
Maybe different vibes may sound different, but it's 4th of July, and I meet up with my friend Landon and a couple other homies, and we go to Ruth's Diner. Have you heard of Ruth's Diner?
I love Ruth's Diner.
So I've only been there
you.
Okay, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was gonna say I've only been there a couple times. So one was with you, and then I'm pretty sure one other was only with Landon. So this is my 3rd time, I think, being at Ruth's Diner.
Okay.
And so we go to Ruth's Diner, and we go and wait to be seated. It's about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour wait. I'm like, all right. And we realize you can go around the side, and you can get free coffee and water, or you can order cocktails and morning, Bloody Marys and whatnot. You can order some drinks to kind of just chill and wait to be seated.
Right on.
And we're waiting to be seated, and this fucking really cute girl, and I noticed her tattoos, and I noticed this scorpion tattoo on her arm. Which is I love scorpion tattoos.
That triggered you.
I just this really
it woke
cute,
up something deep down inside.
I might have seen her before. I can't remember because we went inside before. But she came and took my order. She's like, "What do you want? Can I help you with anything? Do you want anything to drink?" And I was like, "I'm telling the story about how I met you know who." Well, I don't want to say her name now because last time we gave her
Sharon.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
But then
Sharon, her alter ego.
But I feel like I said her name earlier in this podcast, so now it's like... Anyway, so...
Well, I can totally bleep that.
I'm telling him the story. So like,
I can't bleep that. I was joking. That was a joke.
She comes up to me in her fucking cuteness and just like, you guys need anything to drink? Like, water? I'm like, give me... Well, no, I was like, what's your highest alcohol percentage drink? And then she's like, oh, that is this and that, and like the Louisiana lemonade. And I'm like, what is in that? And like she's like said all this. I'm like, yeah, I'll have that. It's $10. So we're waiting. She gives me my drink. You know, and then we eventually get seated. Nothing eventually happened from that. Like that's the last I saw her. So we go and get seated. I order my dry ass biscuits and gravy. If you're listening to this, and she already knows. Order my biscuits and gravy, we eat, and I'm being a degenerate. I order a Bloody Mary. I squeeze the lemon and limes in my eyes. I'm acting a fool. I'm getting all drunk and buzzing, just acting like a cunt on the 4th of July. It's like
of course
1:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And Landon's like, in the vlog, I was vlogging, and in the vlog, I'm like, I'm about to burn this building down, and the only one I'm gonna save is that woman with the scorpion tattoo over there. And like, and I was just like talking her up, like I was like stoked on her, and like barely even saw her for like I just would see her walking back and forth, and thought she was super cute. Like,
yeah,
like her tattoos attracted me, and she was very adorable. And at the end, when we were starting to get our checks, because we got a different waitress for the food, the difference between the cocktail waitress and the regular waitress, and Landon's like, dude, you should get her number, talking about the cocktail waitress. Like, dude, you should get her number, dude. And I never am about like trying to like give girls numbers, give girls my number in general with any situation. And then Landon just was talking me up. I'm like, you know, fuck it. It might have been Liquid Courage, might have been Landon helping me. I think it was both. And so Landon writes in his check, come drink with us. I think this was on his cocktail check because there's 2 different checks. And then on my cocktail check, I wrote, yeah, come drink with us. And I jotted down my number. And then a friend of ours, his girlfriend was like, you should put a heart. And I'm like, put this like really nervous, shaky heart down. Like it's a really shitty heart. And like send it in. And then our first, our food check came back and it said thank you. I'm like, oh, she said thank you. I was like, as a joke, I'm like, sitting there not thinking anything of it, ready to like bounce and to get my other check back. And I open them like, guys, her fucking number's in there, dude, and her Instagram and her name and a winky face.
Hell yeah.
Fucking the whole 9. Like, she was stoked. Got her number. I was like, hurry, followed her on Instagram and like texted her when we left. Like, yo, do you want to come kick it with us on the 4th of July tonight with me and my friends at my house? She responded like, yeah, what are you guys doing? I'm like, oh, just drinking, barbecuing, and fucking around with fireworks, you know. And then she was like, yeah, like we, you know. And then she ended, like, you know, later that night, she ended up showing up with some friends, which one of her friends I knew from middle school, who I was friends with. So, which was super cool. Made it a little more comfortable. Yeah. It's like you're going to show up.
Common ground.
You're going to show up to a fucking stranger's house that you just barely got his number at a fucking diner, and then that very night you're going to show up. But we had a blast. I was hanging out with the homies, hanging out with this girl that I liked for the first time. Like, we're all having a great time drinking and partying.
Hell yeah, man.
And at the end of the night, since I was vlogging that whole thing, I came up to her. I was like, oh yeah, I was like, come here, I gotta show the people like who, like this girl I'm talking about in the vlog that I just met. And I'm like really drunk, like kind of rambling. I'm like, and I stopped. I was like, and I fucking went in for a kiss. And then like we did the old like the 3 like make, you know, like, cause it wasn't like a peck, but it wasn't like a hardcore make-out. It was just like, you know, like a, it was a smooch.
You felt it.
It was a good fucking, you know, rhythmic smooch. And then her friends went and she was like,
that's my first
rhythmic smooch
soft jazz album.
Rhythmic smooch. I don't know how to describe it, because it was like we made out, but it wasn't like we just pecked. It was like, you know, like a kiss.
A real kiss.
But I felt like such a cuck because I vlogged it in our first kiss. I fucking filmed. But her friends were all stoked, and I like we talked about this
being
after.
a cuck is filming her kiss somebody else.
I know, but like
the bushes.
You know, and like, you know,
that's very cucky.
And like I felt like a douche.
I know what you mean.
And her friends were stoked, and I talked to her about it after. I was like, hopefully that wasn't like super weird. She's like, no, I thought it was cute. But anyway, her friends left. She's like, yeah, like, do you want to like hang out tomorrow? We can like go like grab a drink or something. We were gonna go to Quarters, but quarters didn't open till 4, so she came and hung out with me at my tattoo appointment, and then we went to Green Pig, grabbed a couple beverages, ate some fries and chips, and like ended up hitting it off from there. And I hung out with her like 3 days after I first met her, and I think after like 2 or 3 days we were hanging out, and I asked her to be my girlfriend.
Dude, nice.
And this is gonna sound fucked up, but we were both pretty drunk, which sounds kind of sad or bad, like the alcohol, like totally. Yeah. But like I think it's like a pretty cool story. Like I meet this very cute girl at this diner, and I have the balls, or like, you know, whatever. I get her number. She ends up hanging out with me. I kiss her that very night, and then we become like in a relationship, and then
hell yeah,
like it's so fast. But this is what I was gonna say. Here's a side story. When we walked in and were being waited to like sit, she told her friends at the diner, that guy over there, he's mine. I'm gonna fucking wait him. I want to get his
I'm
order.
Gonna fucking wait him, and then I'm gonna fucking
like,
date him.
Yeah, exactly. And like I'm gonna get and I guess, and then in her mind too, I don't know if she said this to friends or in her mind, she's like, I want to get his number, but that's pretty unprofessional. I don't want to do that. It's weird. So in her mind, she's like, I'm hoping he gives me his number, which is super weird. I've never heard that. That's some fucking crazy shit.
I have a specific rule not to give my number out to anybody who's working.
Right, and I usually feel that way too, but then I was just like, oh, fuck it.
Not that I'm giving my number
I'm just going to give her,
anybody.
I never do that. And I was like, fuck it, I'll give her my number. The fact that she gave me her number back, and then she tells me the next day when we were going on our date that she felt the same way, was like, no way, dude. Like that. There's cool. That connection. Like we both wanted.
Isn't that so cutesy tootsie? We butterflies in the stomach.
No, like that never happens. Like you both wanted to exchange really numbers. Sweet. No, and like at her work, and I don't know. And so we ended up hanging out for a few days and having so much fun, just mostly drinking, but you know, like hanging out with friends and I don't know if this is TMI, and like, I'm not gonna say your name, but if you're listening, my Goyle friend, if you're listening, I don't want to give away too much information, but like we didn't have sex like right off the bat, like for even the first night or the first few nights, even though I kissed her the first night, like, which I liked, because I've had a motto where it's like, I want to hang out with somebody and like somebody that I don't immediately only think about fucking all the time. Like definitely. You want to fuck them or like have sex, whatever, but like you don't want that to be like the basis of that relationship / friendship.
I've noticed about myself, I'm not wired that way.
I feel like I'm totally wired that way, where it's like
to just go fuck random poo.
No, I don't.
See, that's what I'm saying.
No, I don't.
I'm not wired that way to see somebody and be like, oh, fuck yeah, I want to fuck that person.
Oh, no.
I can't.
No, me neither.
I couldn't fuck a stranger.
But it's like...
And I have in the past, and I've never felt good about it.
Yeah, but it's like when I feel like I've liked somebody, like I only like think about like... I don't know. It's like, I mean,
I'm
I definitely...
such a sweet, sensitive, giant pussy that I can't just like... I need an emotional connection, as gay as that sounds.
And we've been dating for like 3 weeks, and like we have since then, like whatever. And I kind of feel bad because like every interaction we've had, not every, but like a lot of the times it's alcohol fueled or like a hangover, like like after the fact, or it's like, which I kind of dislike and like want to like change that, but it's a very fresh relationship. We jumped into it very quick and dove into it, but it's like I don't have a problem with that, and I'm hoping she doesn't either. But like I desperately want to just like try to become friends first. Definitely. And like I definitely
fresh and new. You want to build.
I feel like we are friends.
You want to build those. Like that foundation. You want to build that foundation of friend. And that's exactly what I'm saying, is that I'm not somebody to go fuck a stranger. It's because I need that foundation as like the only people I've never
fucked a stranger. Every person I fucked is they were old friends.
Yeah, they're friends.
Every person that I've ever had sex with.
I have to have that foundation of like, okay, you already, I think it's like a certain level of like self-confidence to where it's like, okay, I know you like me as a person already.
Let's just say we've never had one night stands.
I have, but like I haven't been proud.
You didn't. Yeah. Well, I've never
walked away from one not feeling terrible about myself.
Right. That's what happened to Landon and
about Shanae.
Her friend, they did, and he called me the next day. He was feeling terrible about it, and he ended up apologizing. He was like, I'm not trying to lead you on, but like. I liked the wholesomeness. Like the first night, it was like after that first date, she went to work. We hung out again, went to this bar called Hog Wallow, dude, the most heartwarming feeling, and I almost wanted to like cry. She's like, yeah, I'm gonna go get some drinks. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna come with you. I need to go to the bathroom. I come out of the bathroom. She ordered me a shot and a drink, dude. And without me asking, without expectations, I'm like, I'm gonna order a drink. She's like, oh, I already did. I'm like, oh my god,
I'm fucking wet.
no, like I'm just like so happy. Like the fact that like it's weird that anybody would think of you like in that way, and like without asking, without hesitation, like, oh, I'm gonna buy this guy a drink. So like, and it's gone cool. Back and forth. Like I bought her a drink.
I definitely,
I love that so much. The little shit, like you think and like take time out, like even if it's not a big deal.
I definitely respond to that. I get like, and I think it's because of my upbringing, to where like I have 5 siblings. My mom worked 2 jobs. She didn't give a fuck about me. Like, at all. Like, I was a roommate to her for most of my life. So that's, like, now, like, the thing that gives me the hardest of boners is literally the tiniest favors.
Mm-hmm.
Literally just like, oh, I got you a drink because I figured you want one.
Yeah, like, even if you didn't want one. It's like, it's nice.
It's just the fact that somebody else thought of me when I'm not in the room. Mm-hmm. Hardest boners.
Yeah. No, and I thought that was the sweetest. And then we ended up going, because we Ubered to that bar, and we went back to Landon's house, because where the cars were. And like Landon and her friend were like kind of like drunk, like getting, on each other, macking. And she's like, hey, come back to my place. I'm like, all right. We went back to her place, and all we did was like, listen to some music, just talk. She made me some like vegan burgers. When we just
is she like, a vegan?
I don't know if she's vegan or vegetarian. I haven't asked her like yet. Like I don't think she is. I think she'll like
break up.
No, I don't think she is. I just think she'll like go towards that more often. But I don't think she is like full blown.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I've seen or heard her like order like meat products, but I don't know.
I mean, she's eating your meat products.
Oh man, I could be wrong, but like I don't know. I just thought that was wholesome. Like we're just like eating food, and then we went and watched. I think it was either 30 Rock or Parks and Rec. I don't know. I was pretty drunk, but we just fucking went and watched Netflix together. I didn't try to eat anything.
I fucking love 30 Rock.
It was just. I'm pretty sure it was 30 Rock. And
we watched 30 Rock.
I've never given it a chance.
Is that the one with like Tina Fey?
Yeah.
Okay, it was 30 Rock, and we were just sitting there. Just chilling, like nothing, like fell asleep. And,
it was a writer.
I loved that.
Like,
it was just simple. Like I don't know.
It's sweet.
That was, like,
do you know who wrote for 30 Rock? Donald Glover.
Oh shit!
Wow.
Yeah, Childish Gambino.
Damn, dude.
He got plucked from like obscurity by Tina Fey. I was just listening to Mark Maron's podcast. Have you ever heard of Mark Maron? Ironically, actually, I was listeling to him because
how sweaty I am.
I'm not gonna feel that. I know how sweaty I am, and I'm a little chubster, and I know how sweaty I am. Well, you have long hair, so I'm sure it's worse. But anyway,
I had to put mine in a bun.
I was listening to Mark Maron because Mark Maron had one of the first and one of the biggest podcasts. Like, he started back in 2009 before podcasts were even a thing. And, like, one of the biggest. He had the President of the United States, not the shitty Cheeto one. The cool black one. But
the shitty Cheeto one.
The one who was in tune with what
was
was
a cigarette.
There's no more.
What was that one that you just had, dude?
I stole that from my
your mother.
If you want to go inside and grab one out of her pack, I'll smoke one with you. Because I'm a degenerate.
That's terrible.
Yeah, but, I just love it how you have Khyler trained to go get cigarettes for you.
Well, because he's not hooked into the headphones, which honestly, like, we have a shitty podcast setup. So we're like, everyone should be having headphones right now and having their own personal mic. We have, like, the wrong mic for the kind of setup we have. You stole a fucking cigarette from my mom. Just shut it. Sit down.
Is she gonna be pissed?
No, I don't give a... I already
Mom
told
loves
her.
me anyway, dude.
My mom's ambivalent towards you. Just kidding.
What?
Oh, no, she likes you.
What?
My mom likes you, but my
She
mom
likes me?
Yeah.
She
thought you were...
likes me?
The thing is...
What was your mom? Okay, yeah, tell me your mom's opinion.
No. My mom's very first opinion of you, every time I brought up Khyler, at one point you and Cage came over here. And she thought that every time I brought up Khyler, she imagined Cage. And I think just based off the fact of how attractive your brother is, she fucking loved her idea of Khyler, where she was like, Kyler's coming over?
And then she'd see
And
me
then she would immediately, I assume she would get
dressed.
wet as fuck.
Just
And then she's
immediately
like,
chipper.
see you. No, she'd like you. But nobody's going to compare. Tino's her favorite fucking person ever. I think she wishes I was Tino.
I knew Cage was hotter than me.
Just kidding.
Oh,
Cage is more her type, I guess. Even though her type's a Mexican
Don't worry,
fucks.
bud. She's just into blondes. It's okay.
She's not. She's into Mexican.
Dude, Cage is the handsome one, though. Probably because he doesn't fucking drink or smoke.
I will tell you this honestly, and this is because I'm comfortable with my sexuality. I am a very, very straight person, but I'm not scared to accept.
You better say what I'm hoping you're gonna say.
I would fuck. You're probably just kidding.
Oh, that's not what I was hoping
no.
you were going to say.
If I had to pick, if I was gay and I had to pick between you and Cage, I would pick you any day. The tattoos, the beard.
That's what I was hoping you'd
You
say.
have it all
Yeah,
going for you.
yeah.
Dude, I think that literally...
Scars.
I'm
Anyway.
not... I kid you not. And I think that's why... my Goyle friend... I keep wanting to say her name, but I don't know if it should be dropped.
I don't
or not.
know.
I think it should be dropped, but...
Just for safety measures, don't.
Yeah, my girlfriend, I'm pretty sure, I'm almost positive it's because of all my tattoos is like what attracted her to me.
Well, there's
Like,
a
I'm
certain
pretty
aesthetic that you
sure.
see somebody with so many tattoos, you have an idea of what that person's going to be like.
And I remember
I
telling
definitely agree with that.
her that, and she was like, "No."
I've never seen your tattoos before. I've
I
never
don't-
seen you without your shirt off.
I don't have very many.
am super fucking into this. Do you plan on getting this colored?
Listen, every
That's
time
old.
I've talked to Austin about getting this thing finished, he asks me what else I want to get.
He just doesn't want to finish that.
Yeah,
early.
he's
But your
not
plans
into it.
are to finish this.
Well, because it's an old. It's
At some point.
old.
Yeah, I dig all the line work that's done with this.
I
This is my
appreciate it.
fucking jam. That's sick as fuck. I
He
see that
actually-
one partially. Oh my god.
He actually drew this one, believe it or not, for a friend Chase,
Mhm.
and Chase
Oh,
pussied out
fucking
and didn't
Chase.
want it.
Just-
And,
I dig that a lot.
and I stole it from him.
Anyway, to get back to the point before you
Tattoo.
left,
Oh, what were we talking about?
Mark Maron's podcast. I don't remember the original point I was going to bring up with this, but so Mark Maron, he's a super famous YouTuber. I mean, god fucking damn it, I'm drunk. He's a super famous podcaster. Had one of the fuck off, had one of the biggest podcasts, and he did his in his garage.
At first, or he still does.
No, well, I don't think now, but
Yeah.
literally up to maybe 2 years ago, did his in just the garage of his house. And I re-looked up, I had known about his podcast, and I had listened to a couple of them before, way back in the day when I was in high school still. Listened to a couple of them, and I went back just to see how his setup was, because we're recording this podcast in my garage right now.
Yeah, with just a single mic amongst
Yeah.
3 people,
And
one pair of headphones, and one laptop.
I honestly can't remember why I brought up Mark Maron in the first place. I wanted to bring up that whole thing, the fact that he did his in his garage and we do too, and that I was kind of trying to learn from him.
But now you can't remember.
Donald Glover.
Okay. Go on.
I'm trying to remember
Dude,
my
the way you
original
looked
point.
at me, you looked cross-eyed for a second. God,
I
Jesus.
didn't think I could go cross-eyed. I'm so proud of myself right now.
You
Like
know
my
how? You
mother
don't know
has
how?
never been. What?
That kind of hurts.
No.
Try that.
What?
Go cross-eyed. Kind of hurts your eyes. a
Oh,
little.
okay.
little bit.
Yeah.
When's the last time you went
feel it.
cross-eyed? You definitely feel the strain, dude.
Mhm.
The last time I went cross-eyed?
Whoa,
The last time I came, I guess.
No.
Just kidding. No. The original point to that, God, this is
You okay?
the ADHD fucking podcast because
You
we've
all
gone
right?
off the fucking rails.
You
I'm
all
fine.
right?
I'm fine, other than the fact that,
Give me that, you little ashy
this has
boy.
gone so off the fucking rails. I was talking about Donald Glover. I was listening to him on Mark Maron's podcast about how, he finished up college, had a sketch group in college, and got picked up from obscurity to write on 30 Rock.
Glover.
And that's, what he got his big break from. It was like his first legit job.
That's really fucking cool.
Was like got picked up from NYU, just doing like a sketch comedy group, and got picked up from Tina Fey to write on to 30 Rock, and he was a writer for the first 3 years of 30 Rock.
Wow. So he must be really good, but like I've never like saw anything
He's
from his
insanely
that
good.
he was like I've tried to watch his stand up and I just wasn't that
Oh,
impressed. I don't think he's in that aspect. I didn't think he was that funny. I don't know.
I was really super
Yeah, when that drag.
into him in like his one, because he only put out one special. He wasn't like a huge, like he didn't focus that much on comedy, like specifically stand-up comedy for that long. Like he released one special on Comedy Central, and I thought it was funny. He had one bit about how he was a babysitter. I don't even remember the bit, but he had one bit that I thought was super fucking funny, and I liked that. But just like, I don't know, I'm such a huge fucking fan of him.
I thought you were.
Have you ever watched Atlanta? Have you?
Mm-mm.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Atlanta's one of the best television shows. You fucking pussy.
No, I'm right here. I'm gonna grab something from the fridge.
Oh, I thought you were taking a piss.
Could you grab me a water bottle?
I don't think there's any more in the fridge.
Oh, never mind.
There's some right there, but they're probably warm.
Do
If
I
you
have
still want them-
anything else that's in there?
Here, you can have this.
Don't eat that.
That's
Don't-
alcoholic.
Well, one, and that's also from George's birthday.
Oh my god,
in
that was
May.
forever ago.
Yeah, you were at that party.
Yeah.
Caden,
That's
eat
from
it.
this.
Caden, eat it, Caden.
Do it, dude.
Why not? Why not?
Because I don't want to die.
Sugar doesn't go bad unless I was.
I have
in it.
work tomorrow.
Fuck, you're right. I was about to have one.
Don't.
You're right.
If it was Friday, yeah.
I just threw a Jello shot at them from the fridge. That was from May. It's only July. It's only 2 months. Fuck it, dude.
Yeah, no.
Sugar doesn't expire, guys. That's all Jello is.
Have you ever tried one of these?
Yeah, they're really good.
Little Natter Day Light.
Do you want water?
No,
No,
I'm,
don't lie
I'm
to
honestly good. I don't want room temperature water.
No, I have water in my fridge out there that I will grab for you because you're my fucking guest.
Listen,
Oh, I thought you were saying because he's your friend.
I don't want to bother you, but if I'm just your guest and not your friend, you can keep your fucking water.
And you just became my friend. That was
So get him some water right now.
I will get you water. We have water from like the fridge that's
Listen,
like filtered.
I would love.
You know, it's funny. This whole time, like, you know, we're taking shots and sipping drinks and whatever, smoking cigs. This whole time I've been, like, searching for water. I'm like, nah.
Do you want a water too? I'm going in there.
I'd be down.
Do you want to go in there?
Should we
get
take a
it
break real quick and take a piss
Dude,
break?
we're at
Anybody?
1:51. We should
Anybody
probably
else?
kill this soon. Should we just end it
Uh,
and then go get waters?
End it in a minute. Any last?
We'll finish in like a second.
Yeah, let's.
Any last words?
What time is it?
I don't know.
10:24. Yeah, let's fucking end this.
Earlier than I thought.
I did not think it was this fucking late. My dog's barking that shit ton. Let's just. This was the ADHD fucking podcast
Wait,
with our
let me-
guest Kolby. What?
I was gonna say, let me see
If there's any more questions.
any more questions, and if there's not, then 100% we'll end it.
Yeah. Shut up. I will cut your balls off again. Oi! That was so loud. You can see the spike.
Okay, all right. We got one more.
Oh, we got one more question. We'll end on this question. I swear to God,
Oh my God!
I swear to God, if it's only aimed towards you, I'm gonna.
No,
fucking
this is gonna be
kill
for
myself.
everybody. No, this is for everybody. This is how it starts, okay? From Frankie_2
Whoa!
times. Frankie 2 times asks us. Should we wait till your dog's done barking?
He's not gonna stop.
Okay. So Frankie 2 times asks, dick in your ass, dick in your mouth, knife in your back, which one you take out first? Which one do you...
Wait, so you have to do all of them?
So you have a dick in your ass, a dick in your mouth, a knife in your back. Which one?
Okay.
Okay, knife in my back, I definitely take out last.
Yeah, seriously.
So obviously, the answer I pick, dick in my mouth,
You take out.
I'll do first. I have to do all three of them?
Yeah, it's like which
Yeah.
one do you take out first? I guess like I don't.
Dick in my mouth because it's not going to cause any injury to me. Dick in my ass Because that's gonna fucking hurt. I've never had a dick in my ass. I hope he's using lube. Even if he is using lube, gonna hurt. I've never had nothing up there. So that's gonna hurt. Then stabbed in the back. So then I could be like...
And then the knife's already in your back this whole time. So then you take the knife out of your back after you take the 2 dicks out of your mouth and ass.
What? Wait, let me see this question.
It's not stabbed in your back. It's you have a dick in your mouth, you have a dick in your ass, and a knife in your back. Which one do you take out first?
I get you.
It's like you think, I'm going to take the knife out of my back first, but it's so you're getting fucked in the ass and mouth fucked.
Yeah.
So
okay, so you take all of the dicks out, then the knife out.
But like which mouth or ass first?
Ass, that's uncomfortable. Well, no. Mouth, to be like, the fuck did you stab me in the back for? Fuck you, dude. Then out of my ass, then out of my back. And then hospital.
Yep.
I'm going to have to change it up a little bit.
I'm excited.
Okay, first of all, I would take the dick out of my mouth. Because come on, guys. I want to be able to think straight.
Oh my God. Yes.
Okay.
And then I would pull the knife out. Okay? Mm-hmm. And then the dick out of my ass. And this is going to make me sound really gay, but... Guys, the male G-spots in your ass, it might actually feel good.
Yeah. Has anyone in here experimented with that?
I mean, I've never had a dick in my ass, but if I'm going to be honest, and I've had alcohol in my system, and it's for the podcast, if I'm going to be straight up, yes, I've experimented with putting stuff up my butt.
Did you or did somebody else?
It's always been me. It's never been somebody else experience.
See, I'm not scared of that. I just haven't reached that level yet. There's going to be a time...
I've never reached that point.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe because I've been addicted to porn since I was in 5th grade, so it's like you got to step it up a notch.
I've been
addicted to porn.
Not doing it for me anymore.
I saw...
Bring out the Sharpies!
I saw a hustle. I know exactly what you're talking about. Anyway, I've seen porn since I was like 4 years old.
Yeah.
I found my brother's porn mag. I've been... Like, there's never been... a time in my life where I've denied, like, oh, I'm so gonna get into ass play. Just not yet. I'm not bored of everything else yet that I'm willing
you have to go that
into
far.
my asshole. Yeah. Like, having somebody shove something in my asshole doesn't scare me whatsoever. I just haven't reached that point yet.
Well, I don't think, and I've heard this argument before, it's like, it doesn't make you gay if you're straight and your significant other is putting things up your ass or pegging you. Doesn't mean you're gay. You're attracted to them fucking you.
Yeah.
It's like, it's going up your ass, but it's your girlfriend fucking you. If it was a guy fucking you and you were attracted to that, then that's gay.
If you were getting
that's fine.
pleasure.
But like, you're getting pleasure from your girlfriend fucking you, that doesn't mean you're gay.
Yeah.
But like, if you're like...
I've never had that
I had my dick sucked by a guy, but like, I'm straight, so I'm not gay. Like, no, you're fucking
I have
partially
never
gay.
judged anyone from... Like,
it doesn't matter.
Experimenting with ass play. I have judged myself for not being willing. That's the only judgment.
There you go.
And if you can't admit it either, like, oh, if I've put a couple things up my butt, like while jerking off,
cares?
it's like, dude, give a shit. Like, and I'm being honest with you, like, it sounds to some people are gonna be appalled, and some people are gonna be like, yeah, I've been there too. I'm not gonna admit it to everybody, but like, okay. Also, here's another question.
The feminist movement. You can't tell me what I can do with my body. To quote the feminist movement, you can't tell me what to do with my body.
Sorry if there's a glitch because I accidentally pressed the space button instead of another button because I didn't realize they would pause it. We stopped recording for a second. I might have said that sentence twice. I'm a fucking idiot.
I really hope it caught Kolby saying that was beautiful because that was beautifully stated. It was a compliment that warmed my heart. I hope that, but
I'm sorry.
Yeah, there was a weird pause.
Yeah,
which is honestly probably where we should have stopped. We're at almost 2 hours.
Yeah,
should we just kill this before we admit too many gay names? Okay, yeah.
You've tasted your own cum, right?
No,
you haven't either.
You know, I've thought about. I saw it on there, and I've had it on my fingers. I was like, I wonder if I just give it a little.
Damn it, dude!
But I haven't.
I've 100% tasted my own.
What does it taste like?
Usually, it's pretty salty, and then as soon as after you taste it, you are... What follows up the saltiness is a complete shame.
And on that bombshell.
And with that, we'll end the fucking podcast.
No. So what I want to say, I've never tasted my own cum. I've come on my own face before.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes
One time I
that
went-
has happened to me. He
Yeah.
just shoots a little bit too far north.
Oh, no. I've gone
No,
heels
well,
on the wall.
On purpose.
We're doing this. Because I just like want to know what it's like to get a shot in the face.
Mine was-
And as soon as it happens, you're like, oh my God. I'm
was-
Why
so
did I do that?
ashamed. I'm like trying to get the cum out of my beard. I'm like, oh my God, it's in my ear
I don't know
now.
about you, but
Time to shower up.
every time after
Ugh,
I
I feel
come by
disgusting.
every time I come by my own hand, figuratively and literally, I feel shame. But like,
Depends on what porn you're watching.
no, I feel shame every time.
I've never felt
I'm
shame.
Catholic. Just kidding. I'm not Catholic.
I've never felt
Just
ashamed
like, no, I
unless,
brought that up.
unless you have like a girlfriend or you watch some
No.
really fucked up porn.
When I watch fucked up porn, I definitely feel extra
I feel like
shame.
so ashamed.
I feel extra shame, but I feel shame most.
Jerking off.
Like,
Jerking off in
At
general or
least-
just jerking off to porn? Don't feel ashamed for jerking off.
in
It's just when you
general,
jerk off to
well, like,
porn because it's like so fucked up.
there's just that release of like, because you're horny and then you jerk off and then you become a rational human being
Mhm.
again to where you're
Yeah.
like, I'm gross. Like I
Yeah.
have to clean this
Well,
off now. But what I was gonna say before I came on my own face, there was a point before I started dating my girlfriend currently. I went through a time where I just wasn't masturbating for like a good year before I met my girlfriend.
You didn't
I just
jack off
wasn't.
for a year.
No. I would jack off purely out of necessity. So like once every 2 weeks.
You're feeling cranky. You need to.
Yeah, it's literally like,
Irritable,
okay,
on edge.
I know my balls are full. I have to empty these. It was never like I stopped watching porn.
You're just healthy.
I literally just played with myself to get rid of the fucking.
And it probably
sperm
happened
building
quick,
up.
right? Like when you jerk, like
Yeah.
after
And it was never out of pleasure for these
fat
points.
loads.
And remember after
You
this,
were shooting ropes at this
yeah.
point.
Well, yeah. Well, the thing is, I did this for a couple of months, and this was even way before I met my girlfriend. There was a time where I decided I miss porn. Like I'm gonna watch porn, and I watched porn on my phone, sitting on the toilet of my bathroom because at the time my family was around. My door doesn't close all the way. I wasn't comfortable jerking off.
Brings a story for you
It
to talk
doesn't
about.
bring-
'cause-
We'll talk about this after,
I
and that's
know.
what we'll end it on. We'll end it on his story after I'm done with this. I turned on the shower and went to go jerk off to porn. And I hadn't jerked off for multiple weeks. I don't even remember how long, but I remember and I'm not I don't come far ever.
Me neither.
Even if I haven't jerked off for 5 days, when I jerked off,
his girlfriend
it's
just walked in.
literally just a little. It doesn't spray.
Oh, these
At
for
this
us?
time, I hadn't been jerking off. You're so sweet.
Thank you,
They're the
sweetheart.
new mocktails.
Don't mind me why I talk about jerking off.
I don't know
At
who's
this
whose,
time,
but
I
They're all
hadn't
different.
jerked off for
thank
a
you so much.
One's like a margarita, one's pina colada.
a
one's
couple of
strawberry
weeks. You're
you
so
so much.
fucking sweet. I was
Oh, I would have gotten you cigarettes, but they would have definitely ID'd me. So.
Oh, and you didn't have your ID. I understand. You're fine.
Thank you.
Yeah, as I said, I hadn't jerked off for weeks. Maybe even a month at this point. Watched porn, jerked off. I was sitting on the toilet because that's the only place at the time I could jerk off with any sorts of privacy. And I was on the toilet. You know, your legs are straight as fuck on the toilet.
Or you're sitting
I'm jerking off.
You're gonna take a
And
shit.
I fucking shot. Farther than I've ever shot. It was immediately oh, this feels amazing. To it shot, got on my face, and this is the worst feeling I've ever
Yeah.
had in my entire life.
Immediate regret.
It shot onto my face. That wasn't even the highest it sprayed. It got onto you've been in my downstairs bathroom.
Mhm.
There's a mirror directly behind the toilet. It shot onto the fucking mirror.
Dude, that's impressive.
Oh
I
my
was so
God.
proud.
Oh my god.
Like a
that's proud-
fucking
that's
father.
Thoroughly grossed out.
No,
but proud of
it's
Cynthia.
It's on my own face, on the mirror. Hands down gross. Anyway, we're
Looks
low on
like somebody
battery.
dropped a whole jar of fucking
Okay, so
mayonnaise
what's
in
your
there.
story? We have to
Alright,
hear your
I think I know
your
what it is.
story.
A couple years ago now, I got this shot at dating this wonderfully gorgeous girl, just drop dead amazing, and eventually bred and created 2 children with her.
Yeah.
And anyway, when we first started dating, you know, we got away with a lot of shit. My bedroom growing up was just a shower curtain,
I remember going and hanging out with you
And
and jamming, and like it was just the shower curtain. I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh, what happens when we try to fuck, dude? Like,
you have to be stealthy, dude. Like,
yeah.
anyway, we got away with it so many times we got too comfortable. And one time, she's just giving me wonderful head. And my mom walks in.
That's so fucking sweet. Though.
Walks in
Yeah.
the shower curtain of a bedroom door.
My mom rips open the shower curtain and goes to say something to us, and she sees this gorgeous girl with her lips around my cock. And it was just fucking pure shame for all three of us. I couldn't talk to my mom for like 2 weeks.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my God.
And then when we finally could talk, she thought it was the funniest fucking thing she told everybody we ran into. We went to a Willie Nelson concert 2 weeks ago. She told my cousins. She told our friends. She, you know.
She walked
Oh,
into her
God.
son getting a fucking blowy, dude.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Ironically,
David
this-
blowy.
From now, her daughter-in-law.
This parallels a story that actually just happened to me. You've met Nevada.
Yeah.
Georgia's sister.
Mhm.
You have. I don't think you have.
Mm-mm.
She lives with us as well.
Okay.
My girlfriend and her sister both live with us.
I can't taste the
She's a
vodka in
very
this.
she's a very timid, quiet person a little bit. She's actually been so excited for this podcast to come out so she could actually listen to it. And I'm so happy to tell this story because hopefully it'll make her not ever want to listen to another episode of this. But the other day, me and my lady were getting a little bit frisky. We'd been like fooling around all day, kind of getting pent up, and at some point, like I didn't even take more. Things were happening. Blow jobs.
Jesus,
Blowing
go
were
on.
happening. And so I was on my bed. Like, there's the door, my bed, and I was on that side of the bed. And Georgia was blowing me. I didn't mean to drop her name. I apologize. My lady was blowing me off
Too
of the
late.
bed. And so I was facing the door, and Georgia was facing opposite of the door. So she's going to town doing her thing. Fantastic. No complaints here.
Yeah.
Anyway, she was doing that, and then I see her sister running down the stairs. And
You
Georgia
see it?
can't see her, so she's fucking going to town. And I'm like, oh god, no. And I like try to hide under, like,
Oh my
I
God.
crouched down under my bed because she literally walked down.
That's
And she had no reason to be walking down to our room other than to going into our room. And she turned right and went to the laundry room for no reason. She wasn't doing any laundry. She went in there because she was planning on coming into our room, saw me getting my dick sucked, and immediately went the other way
And, like, went
and
into
just
the-
stood in the laundry
Poor
room.
girl.
acting
for,
like
like,
she was
the-
gonna do something.
Doing exactly. Acting like she was doing something. I like zip up. Georgia still doesn't know what's going on. I like stand there nonchalantly like I just wasn't getting my dick sucked. And then I see her sister like run back up the stairs.
Oh my
And I
God.
was like,
Poor girl.
oh my fucking god, like your sister just saw you sucking my dick. Like super uncomfortable.
Oh.
We haven't talked about it.
And if it makes
Her
you feel any
sister
better,
pretended to like not.
her sister's not
notice it.
like they're twins, so it's
They're
not
twins.
like it's a super young girl.
She's not. Yeah, she's the same age as the person sucking my dick.
So 13.
Oh god.
Don't put that on me. She's an adult, 20 years old.
That's
Just
so-
kidding, but
That's so funny, dude.
we haven't talked about
That's
it.
like when you go to
It's
the
very
bathroom
uncomfortable.
and you're a shy peer and you stand next to somebody and you're trying to pee and you definitely know that they know you're not peeing and like there's no sound coming out.
Oh yeah. So
Oh,
you go.
God, yeah.
You're just like I've even like tried spitting when the stalls are really high. I'm like
That's gonna be
that's gonna help. It's not gonna help.
Anyway, we only have 8%. We've died on less than this,
Yeah.
so we should just call it.
Let's call it.
All right,
Thank
this
you,
was
guys.
the
Bye, guys.
ADHD
Love you.
podcast. That's Kolby,
Love
our
you guys.
wonderful fucking guest.
Y'all have a good day.
Goodbye.
Peace.
Peace.